You guys, how are you? Keish is with us, and we're waiting for Bree. I apologize for the delay. There was some technical difficulties at the last minute, so I'm sorry about that. But we are officially here, and so man, it's gonna be an interesting week to say the least. Ooh, child. Look like everybody in there already. Happy Friday. Hey, Bree.
Hey everybody. Hey Bri. Hey Key.
Okay, so yeah, I was telling Keish a few seconds ago that Trish is not with us. She want to say that she loved all of you guys. She had a procedure done, so she's recovering. So
Oh
she,
my goodness. Is she
so
okay?
yeah, she fine. She fine. She fine. She's just in recovery mode. So okie
Oh,
dokie.
get better, Trish.
Yes, we all send well wishes to Trish, and yeah, hopefully she'll be back on track with us next week. All right.
Good.
Now, before I get started and do the formal introductions, have you guys in the chat noticed anything different across all of the platforms, including YouTube? So there has been a little bit of a facelift and some name adjustments done to the channel. I've seen a couple of responses in my community tab, and I appreciate all of the well wishes. As you probably saw, there was a new intro today as well. So, yes, I did change the name of the channel from CBS Soap Dish Recap to Soap Corner Talk. So, yes, if that's what you're seeing across all platforms, here on YouTube, here on Instagram, I did change it on TikTok, X. We have a new Facebook group. Some of you guys did see that link in the community tab and has come on over. This is where you're going, and I post a lot of the stuff from Monday's episode. The spoilers are in that Facebook group. There's an actual video of Monday's episode. If you want to watch it early, it's there. So it's a lot of fun stuff in that group. We can chat, we can laugh, you can talk to some of us. Now my Keish, Bree, Trish, and J Money, they are all admins in the group. So, they're keeping an eye on things, but we don't mind chatting with you guys. So I wanted to let you guys know, check the community tab if you want to join the Facebook group. So if you watching real time either show and you want to chat like, oh my God, did you see this? Or did you see that? What do you guys think about this? You can throw it right over in the Facebook group. And it's easy to find. Soap Corner Talk over there as well. Easy peasy. I did it like that just to let you know, and I was discussing this with the crew, that I might be adding. I took the CBS out of it because I might be adding some additional shows. Now, what I will be doing is we're hopefully the Gates most definitely will be a part of that. Now, I won't be doing like the ABC soap, because I don't watch GH and I don't watch Days and some of the other stuff, right? Gates is coming, and I'm going to kind of poll you guys either on Instagram and on YouTube on some of the other, maybe soapy type shows that you might be interested in, and then maybe we can kind of consider that, okay? So, yes, oh, you guys like it. I see all of the, yes, I love it pretty too. Hi, everyone. Yeah. Okay, good. So I just wanted to put that out there. There was some changes. I've been considering it. I think that name was it came to my head 2.5 years ago. And so CBS Soap Dish Recap, it was for its season, and so it got kind of long, and plus I want to add other things. So, I'm kind of like, want to kind of simplify a little things and kind of make it minimal. Soap Corner Talk is pretty
I
easy.
love it.
You like it? What about
I
you?
love it.
What about you, Keish?
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yay. All right. All right. Enough of all that stuff. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna do it for welcome to Soap Corner Talk, where myself, T, Bree, and Keish will be recapping both the Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful for the week of March 11th through March 15th. And we usually do The Young and the Restless in the first half of the show, Bold and the Beautiful in the second half of the show. And then we have Flip the Script segment, who's taken several seats. And then we're going to do two extra things today, ladies. So we're going to give our star of the week, actress and actor. And then we also going to be, unfortunately, giving our pickle of the week, who was a little bit sour this week. What do you think?
I'm with it. There's some people who fit that description.
Oh man, tell me about it. Okay, I'll drop the link in the chat, okay? Because somebody was asking for it. Hold on. Keish, what did you think about those two extra segments? What do you think?
I'm for it.
You sure?
What'd you say?
I said, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay, what were you about to say?
I said I always like the little extra segments.
Okay, cool. All right, so I'm gonna, because somebody was asking about, I'll drop the link in the chat so you guys can have it. Oh, nope, not that. Control A. Let me see what happened. Share group, copy link. Link copied. Okay, let's see. No, it's not coming over, and I don't know why. All right, I'll just drop it in the community tab later. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with the Young and the Restless, and we'll do the summary, and then we'll break down the storylines. Okay. All righty.
All right.
Let's get this show on the road. Okay, so for the Young and the Restless, if my phone will act right, for the week of, come on, be nice. Okay, for the week of the 11th through the 15th, drunk Phyllis kisses Nick and tries to get him in bed, and Victor offers Jordan millions to leave the country. Victor deceives Jordan as she prepares to leave him to starve, and hungover Phyllis learns Summer and Chance got intimate. Lily comes back, guesses Daniel cheated, and confronts him as Nick and Victor fail to disclose trapping Jordan. Sally urges a livid Audra to fight for Tucker, and Lily confronts Devon and Ashley's alter ego. Wait a minute. And Lily confronts Devon, and Ashley's alter ego makes out with Tucker. And then finally, frustrated Audra is done with Tucker. Ashley and her alter egos battle for control, and Sally and Adam share a kiss. All right, where y'all want to start?
Oh my goodness. Ashley's alter ego has taken over this whole week. I guess we can start with Phyllis.
Okay.
I actually kind of like drunk Phyllis. It was really funny how she just stumbled into the bar. And of course, Nick is there, just right there on his carousel, just ready to pick the girl up. But I will say he was a gentleman, and I actually like this side of Nick where he's like sweet and nurturing and, great. But just the fact that she threw herself at this man. And what? And I'm like, and I'm glad that Nick had put a stop to it. He's like, look, I've been there, done that. I learned my lesson. Maybe another time I probably would have, but not right now. I can't take advantage of it. She's like, okay. But did you guys see where Phyllis came into the hotel room with her hair track?
I know. That was crazy. That was crazy. And then Nicholas had it hanging up like, is
He
this?
picked up the weave.
I know.
like, what is this?
I know. It was hilarious.
I'll go back and watch it. I didn't get that. It was a great part. It was right when they walked into Phyllis's hotel room. She had the piece of weave in her hand, and it was just hilarious. And then Nicholas picked it up, and he was like, "What is it?" In disbelief, like he's never seen a woman wear a wig, or especially Sally. Sally wore all kind of wigs, weaves, and everything.
Yeah, I felt so bad for Phyllis because I mean, well, I don't know. It's number one, Danny had been telling her for weeks, even though he was kind of lukewarm and enjoying some of them kisses. But she had to know at this point that it was pretty much over from last week. And then she turns around and she's, of course, intoxicated. And then now you got her coming on to Nicholas. It just wasn't a good look. But it was funny when she got there to the next day with them big old glasses on. Are y'all still there?
Oh, I'm still here. I'm just. Would we want to see those two together again?
No. Mm-mm.
That was quick. I'm always for a Nick and Phyllis hookup, but right right now, no, I don't need to see it. And I honestly think she only tried to kiss him because she was drunk. I think had she been sober, I don't think she would have come on to him like that. But I did like the scene. I always feel like their scenes are good. They're great partners. Yeah, they have very fun, relaxed, bubbly chemistry. I actually was watching the Stafford project. I saw like a couple of videos that was on YouTube, and he did a cameo, and their chemistry is hilarious. He's really funny. He's extremely funny. But I agree with Keish. I don't think she would have approached him, especially since she knows the stuff that she's done, and she also told him about it
Mm-hmm.
numerous times. I don't think sober Phyllis would feel like she would have the guts to even approach Nick. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just it sucks. But them glasses was hilarious. I mean, she's sitting up in the restaurant. Everybody, it's noticeable. You know what I'm saying? That's why when Billy walked up in there and he's looking like she's sitting in this restaurant with them big old black glasses on.
Yeah, that was funny too. Her and she's like, "Leave me alone." Billy, like I'm loving nobody. And Billy talking about um, something about her life choices or making bad life choices. I'm like, Billy, all people.
Hey, Keish, you breaking up.
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you. Oh, okay. I was just saying, Billy lecturing Phyllis on making better life choices was very funny, coming from him of all people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he was feeling real high and mighty this whole week. And he's been like that the past couple of weeks. I feel like the past several weeks, just very, like you said, high and mighty and just pompous. Like just because your life has been going well for a month straight with no issues doesn't mean that you can be somebody's life coach.
That's a good one. What you say? Just because you doing all right for the moment, don't mean that you can be telling other folks what to do. I mean, and then that whole thing that's going on over at Chancellor Winters. I mean, did you guys have any more on Phyllis?
No.
Okay.
No, she alright.
Because that whole thing with Chancellor Winters, did you hear Billy say that he wants to move Lily over to the Winter side? So basically getting her out of the CEO position, because then he think he's going to be able to slide in. Because technically, if Jill don't move her, where is he supposed to go now? Because he was filling in for her.
And now, see, another thing. He's a whole villain, thinking that he's about to take charge and try to get spies and try to get people to do as he says, because he is the future of Chancellor Winters. And it was really irking my nerves the way he was talking to Chance. It's like, if you, as long as you follow my orders, or I'm paraphrasing, guys, but as long as you follow as I and do as I told, then you might have a place at Chancellor Winters. I'm like, this is Chancellor.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean if he has a place?
Yeah. He, again, Billy is being very, I feel like, arrogant, self-righteous, pompous, just all of it.
Yeah, I agree.
And then he said, and then he had the nerve to say Devon and Nate was threatened by him. And I'm like, Devon and Nate are not threatened by Kelly Services.
Right.
You so funny.
Because once again, just like Nick, he's just a fill-in. No one takes him seriously to give him a permanent position. At least Jack was trying to at least shape him up to try to, have some sense of power. He actually had more power over at Jabot than Chancellor Winters.
Mm-hmm. I loved how blunt Chance was with
yeah.
When they were talking at, where were they, Crimson Lights or Society, wherever they were, and Billy asked them, was I missed around the office or whatever it was that he said, and Chance was like, honestly, no.
I love that part. It was so funny to me.
I know.
And I loved it. He called him out too.
He did, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the interaction between Billy and Chance. I think one thing I've noticed about Chance is that he does that. He's very blunt, and just very nonchalant about the way he responds to people. Like, there's a scene that I always remember back when Diane first got in trouble, was in jail, and Kyle was like going off about his mom being in jail and how he was going to make sure that she got out, and you guys had the wrong person, which they did. But, just kind of going off a little bit. And they were at the Abbott house. And Chance looks at him and he's like, all right, Kyle, good luck with that. And he just gets up and walks out of the house. But, like, that kind of, his little nonchalant, like, unbothered attitude, just I love it.
Yeah. I mean, and what about the conversation between Nate and Chance? They was like, we don't need to be no parts of that nonsense.
I like that too. Mm-hmm. I like that they're not like, you remember how it was when Nate was there last time, where you felt like he was trying to take over everything. I like that they're both they both know their place, and they're both trying to stay out of the drama between Devon and Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Me too, and that's why I was happy that that Chance called Billy out, because he feels like he's a pup. That he was like, is it about office politics, or are we actually going to talk about real work? Mm-hmm. And still to this day, we don't even know what Chance does over at Chancellor Winters. So I appreciate the fact that Chance and Nate, they're kind of at the same, they're coming to Chancellor Winters on the same level. They're not sure where they fit in as far as that company, but they just want to try to just, I guess, figure something out over there at Chancellor Winters. Maybe it's, I don't know, they all want to become businessmen all of a sudden.
Yeah, they're trying to forge their own little path.
Mm-hmm.
And we still have no doctor and no cop.
Nope.
On the show.
I mean, at least where's Elena? She, bring her back for something.
I was looking at Brittany Sarpy's story, IG story, and she did the little thing where you can ask questions, and somebody asked the question of when they would see her on Y&R again, like when she was going to have some more scenes, and she said nothing in the pipeline right now, but I'll keep you guys updated.
Oh wow!
So yeah, apparently she doesn't even have anything coming up on Y&R.
Yeah, she is really on recurring status then.
Because the last time we saw her she was stitching up Chance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
And that was back in October, I think it was. Yeah, it was either October or
Wow.
November, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so oof, I don't know that. And then, like Rachel was saying in the chat, the other thing, what are we not knowing what Chance actually do over at Chancellor Winters? What is he
I
doing?
I thought they said at one point he was the social media something. I don't know. They said it. They said it once when he first started, and I can't remember exactly what they said.
I honestly thought he was head security. I
He's
don't
not
know.
security. He's definitely not security. I remember that much because I think
Because
that's what we all assumed he was going to be doing.
doesn't that make? I mean, that made more sense to me because like we've never seen him like discuss that he had like a business background or like he studied music or something. I don't know. That's why maybe that's the reason why they're not going to give him like a full title. Maybe they're still trying to figure that out. This is just, I don't know, make him head of security in charge of all the technology and all of that or something.
I mean, he's starting over there like everybody else did. Lily didn't have a business background either, right? She's a
Right.
model.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm. I
That is true.
agree. Yeah, so I don't know. I happened to see that question in the chat that somebody was saying, "Do we really know what Chance does?" Just like somebody, she also said, "And we don't know what Brooke does either."
Brooke is a houseplant. She is a ficus.
A ficus,
She's a
girl, you
pretty
crazy.
ficus.
She said a ficus. Oh man. Okay. So now do you guys want to Oh, I got to ask because we got a steamy shower scene this week.
Yes, we did.
With Summer and Now I think didn't I get I got grades from y'all last when we did the midweek chat. What was y'all grade on Summer and Chance?
I don't remember doing grades for Summer and Chance this week.
We didn't?
Was it for both scenes? The first love
Maybe we
scene
did
or
it
the shower
last
scene?
week. So okay, so let's do it then. So what would you give this shower scene this week? A through F, including minuses. So if it's an F minus, then you know.
You
I'll
should
give
even
it.
try.
I'll give it an A minus only because they did not let the water actually like fully run on them.
Okay.
I didn't like that part of it. That kind of annoyed me. Like let them get wet. But other than that, I liked it.
Okay. What you got, Bree?
I'll give it a B plus.
Okay.
I feel like with the intensity that the writers were trying to amplify for those two characters, I was hoping like maybe by the second love scene, I was hoping for some more, I guess, intensity because there's a shower scene between Nick and Phyllis that I remember where he came in behind her and he turned her around and everything. That was hot. I was hoping for something like that with some chance, but overall, still B plus. It was still hot. He still looked good. He looks incredible.
He does look very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that man is attractive. I
Now
see.
I will.
Go ahead. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
sorry.
No, go ahead,
I,
Keish.
I, I was gonna say I watched a clip of a love scene of a couple on Days that happened a couple of weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
It's whatever character is that the actress that used to play Caroline on Bold and the Beautiful plays.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Lindsay Godfrey.
Lindsay Godfrey. I think her character's name is Sarah. I don't know who the guy that she dates on the show what his name is, but they had a shower scene, and oh my gosh, I'm like, I
Really?
start watching. It was it was really good. It was a lot hotter than Summer and Chance's. I like Summer and Chance's just because I mean we haven't seen a shower scene on a CBS soap in I don't know how many years, but this scene was really good. The one on Days.
Really?
I gotta. I mean, I might have to go check that out. Okay.
Because
Yeah,
I'm all for references.
I'll see if I can find it and send it to
Yeah,
you
I'm.
guys.
You know what? Are you gonna do an edit? Well, you do edits of only certain
Yeah.
shows. Are you gonna do an edit of that one or no?
No, because I don't really know.
Okay.
I mean, I guess I could. I need to know their backstory to do it. I'll have to find the scene though.
Okay. I'm looking in this chat and I see B's and C's. Cheryl said C.
Okay.
Cece said that the shower scene was lame. Jenna gave it a B minus. Tommy gave it a B. Blackpink Me says it wasn't steamy enough. Jasmine said Chummer was a bummer. Lukewarm yawn. Jasmine says C. Delmonica gave a thumbs down. Janet gave it a C. Jenny gave it a B minus. Delmonica gave no grade. Joyce
Oof.
gives a B. And, well, of course, Jenna said, I keep telling y'all Chance is hot. We know you like you some Chance. Jenna, you know that's your man there. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
everybody was feeling kind of lukewarm about it. I agree. I really agree. If you guys follow me on Instagram, I did do an edit of them, but the music, I don't know. I look like Young and the Restless just lost their touch or something, because they used to have all kind of hot scenes back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yes, he did.
You know,
Hot,
there's
passionate.
exactly, there's a clip on that I got of Avery and Nick, and I mean, they could barely get into the
Oh,
apartment.
yes.
You remember that, Bree? They
I
could.
loved them as a couple together.
They.
The intensity between those
Mm-hmm.
two.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Woo.
Yeah, I mean, they could barely get in an apartment. They took all them papers, and papers were flying everywhere. They were all on the floor. We had that scene with Sharon and Adam on the couch outside of the one I always talk about back in 2019. So I don't know. Everything after COVID, it's just been kind of like, eh. But prior to 2019, we got some hot scenes from Young and the Restless back in the day. Ashley in the shower with Stitch, remember that?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. And Phyllis has always had some hot scenes. Nick has always had some hot scenes, no matter what woman he was with, and he's been with many. I'm trying to think. They've Y and R have always had hot scenes, but I always felt B and B was always just top tier when it came to love scenes,
Mm-hmm.
or when it came to passion and intensity. And yeah, I don't know what's going on with the music. What's going on with the slow motion? It was too slow.
Well, the other thing
Hope and
is,
Chance was too slow for me.
now, you know what else I kind of think would have really kind of added a touch for Allison if they let her hair down, let her hair get wet, and
yeah,
maybe
that's what I was saying.
go ahead,
The
Keish.
water, like her hair being down and like them actually being wet, is what took away from the shower scene for me.
Yeah. So I don't know what they were afraid to get the hair messed up or something. Listen, when you in that type of moment, I don't think you concerned about your hair and getting wet. You doing what you doing. So I just think that they could have, if they had to let her hair down, it could have got kind of wet, or even if they didn't want the water just running down on her face, wet her hair. I've seen, remember Steffi came, she took a shower, came out, and her hair was soaked. I think
Yeah,
that was, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at least make it look like they were actually in the shower. So, uh, so I agree. I give it a, I don't know, B minus. But I can,
Okay, so they passed. They
well,
passed.
yeah, they didn't get an F minus like I normally
Well,
give out.
Delmonica, Delmonica said they got a participation point. That's it. It was satisfactory.
A participation trophy. Yeah, honorable mention, I guess. I don't know. Girl, mm-mm. I just think they could, especially since we've been waiting for those two for so long. You know, I mean, even the music from the first scene from last week, we were talking about it. It was cheesy. The music, it's just now. Listen, Bold can have some good music composition when it comes to their scenes. Do y'all agree?
Yes.
They do
Mm-hmm.
all right.
She said they do. They do all right. Now, I will say that scene with Ashley and Tucker yesterday and part of today, that jazz music in the background, I thought that was nice when they were in the
I didn't
jazz
pay
lounge. Huh?
I didn't pay attention to the music. I have to go back and listen.
I really like that music and check it out when you get a chance, Keish, because that music in the background when Ashley was trying to seduce Tucker, I was like, that's some nice music.
I also feel like the music kind of has to fit like the character's personality. Like I felt like the jazz that fit both Ashley and Tucker because they both like jazz, and it just added to their moment that they had together. I think they're still trying to figure out the personality of the couples, just in general, especially
Mm.
for Chance and Hope. Summer, sorry.
Chance and oh, you try to ship Chance and Hope. I wonder what that would be like. I'm
I'm
thinking
sorry, guys. I didn't mean to say Hope.
Chope. Put Chope together instead of yeah. Well, I don't think Thomas will have it. And just yeah, he ain't gonna have that one. Nope. But what was about to say? Now, when they had Kyle and Audra do their scenes, they had some pretty hot music with those two. Even though I just think Audra was too hot for Kyle. But
Mm-hmm.
they had some good music for that scene. You agree?
I remember at least one of their scenes.
Mm-hmm.
I did like them. I can't remember if it was. I don't think they played the same song every time though, did they?
Mm-mm.
It was like one of their first scenes.
The
I want to say
scene.
maybe it was their first love scene.
Remember the scene where Audra was crawling down the edge of the bed and stuff. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
she makes the scene itself. I think they just need to throw music with her and it'll be all right. But I don't know. It's hit or miss with Young and the Restless. You know, sometimes they'll
Yeah.
throw some stuff out there and be like, "Oh, okay," and then like what we had with Summers, like, really? I mean, can we like spice it up a little bit more here? So I don't know, but yeah, I like I say, yeah. J Money said Kyle and Audra had good music. Yeah, I agree with that. I give it a B minus. You know. But then there's this other cheating scandal going on too. Lily. Now some people didn't act.
Oh, well,
They didn't like how she was too calm about it. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree.
I agree. Oh, let me get a cough drop real quick, guys.
Okay.
I I had that opinion where I wish that they would have allowed her to just go off. They never let Lily like just be angry for once when something doesn't go her way. She's always the bigger person. She takes the high road. She even said to Devon, like I feel like smacking him and you, honestly. She said that to Devon.
Mm-hmm.
And I wish that she would have at least smacked Daniel or something. Like, give this girl some type of. She needs some fire or something. I hate the passive attitude that she has.
Okay.
It's fun.
Uh-oh, you kind of faded out, Keish.
I was just saying, it's just frustrating to watch sometimes how they let her be passive and just, oh well, I guess this didn't work out. I'll move on to something else. And even Daniel was like, punch me or scream at me or something, and she was like, no, I'm not going to do that.
Right.
Like, please do it, Lily.
Well, I know me myself, I'm not into laying hands on men because, but my thing is kind of like what Jenna says. She said, I think that Lily half expected this, but she didn't think that she would be confronted with it so quickly. It was interesting that she said 3 or 4 times in Wednesday and Thursday's episode. She said that I saw it, I knew it, I saw it, I knew it, I saw it. So the red flags was there because she mentioned something about how he was devastated when he found out that Heather was dating another guy in Portugal. She brought that part up, so she kind of saw the writing on the wall, I guess, because he said he never stopped loving Heather, even when they were still together. That's tough.
Yeah, he did say that. And that's the other thing that pisses me off about this is that's the dialogue that they're giving her. I had a feeling, I should have seen it. I just basically she just chose to believe what Daniel was telling her when she asked him, like, "Are you sure that you're over Heather or whatever?" And it's like it almost feels like the writing is trying to put this on Lily and make it all her fault. It's your fault because you didn't see the signs, or it's your fault because you didn't listen to your gut. It's your fault that this happened. Instead of actually having some accountability on Daniel's end.
I think there is this. Well, I don't know. But I mean, a lot of people think what he did is wrong, including myself. I think that a lot of them played a part, all three of them, because Heather knew what she was coming there for, even though, Daniel was asking her in the beginning, are you trying to get back together? Or what are you doing? And she was like, no, no, no. Heather knew exactly what she was doing. She was playing loose and playing slick. So she got to take some accountability for her behavior, knowing that he was in a relationship with Lily. Daniel have to take accountability because of the fact that if he knew he still was in love with Heather, he should not have gotten involved in a relationship with Lily. And at the same time, telling Lily, "Oh no, nothing's wrong. I'm not interested in her. Don't worry about what you're seeing. What you're seeing is, you're just not seeing it right or whatever." When he knew what Heather was doing and what his attraction was building, and especially if he was already still in love with her. At the same time, Lily, the red flags were also there. She did the same thing with Chelsea and Billy. It was there.
Right.
And, Billy was trying to reassure her. No, we're just working together on the podcast and blah blah blah. Oh yeah, by the way, she kissed me, but I didn't want to do anything. And 2 years later, Billy and Chelsea are still together. And she went to said the same exact thing. I knew it. I saw it. I felt it. Girl, read red flags. Run. So that's my
Didn't
opinion.
she break up with Billy, or Billy break up with her?
I think she broke up with Billy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's not like they started out in that situation. It's not like they started out and Billy and Chelsea were, you know, teetering on some type of possibly a relationship or feelings. They were already into their relationship there, and then Chelsea came along and Billy they developed feelings for each other. So I mean, I, I don't see how in that situation we can say, well, there were red flags there. You should have never got involved with him because you should have known that he was gonna down the line, possibly cheat on you or develop feelings for somebody else. I mean, if that's the case, she should never date anybody ever again.
No, no. What I'm saying is that she did see signs, even though they were already in a relationship. She started to begin to see signs that he was drifting. And even though he tried to reassure her that nothing was going on between him and Chelsea, she just took his word for it. Just like she's also took Daniel's word for it that, oh, nothing's going on between me and Heather. We're just trying to co-parent, and Heather really is not coming for me. You're just seeing things and all this old kind of stuff, instead of calling it for what it was and like, yeah, you saying one thing, but your behavior is showing something else. So that's what I'm saying, the similarities in her seeing things in the relationship, and just like once they say one thing, she just go with it instead of saying no, 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 no. You know what I mean? So
I oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, T, I saw it a different way because I remember the
mhm,
conversations that Lily and Dan used to have where she would see Daniel struggling and he would be in denial and she would point out, like, obviously you're thinking of Heather, or obviously you're wavering your decision in
mhm,
some sort of way.
mhm,
And she would bring it to his face and he would deny it.
mhm,
Um, and I agree with you, Keisha. It's not Lily's fault that she trusted the word of her boyfriend, um, who continuously told her that, hey, that he's committed to her to some degree, at least committed to the point where they were sharing keys. I'll say that. Um, but she had the option to walk away. I think that's where the fans are kind of saying, like, if she noticed it then, she still had the option to walk away versus allowing him to have the opportunity to cheat on her with Heather.
okay. So okay, so are you saying it's like you saying a combination of both what me and Keisha saying, that even you know
Yeah,
that's what it sounds like. Am I mistaken?
like you. No, you're correct. You both have valid points in
Mhm.
regards to the situation. I think it's perfect. I feel that Lily had every opportunity the option to walk away if she saw that there were red flags, especially um, at her stage in the game. She's already had a divorce. Her kids are grown. She doesn't have to entertain her or anything like that. Same way she walked away from Billy after she saw the red flags and the signs that he was being pulled into Chelsea's direction.
Mhm.
Um, she had the same opportunity, I guess, with Daniel.
Mhm.
Not to say it's her fault that this man chose to cheat, but this man was also in denial and she pointed it out. She said that she always knew and she had the option to leave. Um, so it's nobody's particular fault. It's not like Daniel was like cheating on Luke back. Um, maliciously, and that they were planning to always sneak around. It's that he was in a mix of his feelings, and he was like, hey, maybe I've always had feelings for her, and unfortunately it happened. Lily's put men in that same position as well, and always went back to Kane too.
Jenna said something very interesting. She said they both were on the rebound, and that never works.
Exactly.
Usually when you, especially, I mean, because when he came back to town, he was a mess, and majority part of that mess was Heather leaving him. So coming into that type of relationship is going to be tough, because you need to let a person actually heal from whatever that is before getting involved with that person, because other than that, it is a rebound. And I always, when I had these conversations with other people, it's like, let people clean up their unfinished business before you take it on. So that's just my thought on it. And yeah. Well, somebody was about to say something.
Nope, it wasn't me.
Okay, I thought maybe Bree, that was you or no?
Oh no, I'm good.
Okay.
That poor Lily.
Yeah, I mean, it sucks. It sucks, that
And
they.
she looked beautiful.
I mean, she did. My thing is, I don't think they should have ever put them two together in the first place. I just, I just think, and I said this in lives months ago when they put them two back together. It just was, I think that ship had already sailed. I mean, they did that in high school. It was fun, and dressing up in the little food costumes and all that type of stuff. She's so much more mature now. She's a CEO of a company. Her kids are, she's an empty nester. And not saying nothing
She went to
wrong.
jail.
She did go to jail. She tried to rebuild her life after that. But the thing is, I just didn't see a good fit for those two. Now, if they want to put her with Nicholas now, That would be interesting. What do y'all think?
I would love that.
Yeah, I know that's what I want.
Yeah, I know you've been wanting that for a while, like Steffi and Carter.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
think they Kim tested them.
he's really the only option now.
Yeah.
When she sat down with him to get advice about hiring Nate back on, I think they were Kim testing them again.
Who? When they. Oh, you talking about when they was at Crimson Lights that time?
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm. I agree. You know who else is being Kim tested right now? I think it's Kyle.
And Claire.
Yep. Yep. Because it looks like
I'm not,
from. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bree.
I'm not sure how I feel about those two.
I mean, if they're gonna move Summer over to Chance and he don't stand a chance of getting back with her, of course she ain't. That girl ain't going nowhere. Um, after that shower scene, she ain't going nowhere. Um,
Wait,
hmm.
Jay said Nick isn't the only option, but y'all want to hear it. So who else is out there for her, Jay?
Yeah, who else? Nicholas and Kyle are the only two guys that are not in a relationship right now, and Nate is her cousin. So
Right.
who else is out there? Okay, let's go through the men. So we got Adam with Sally, Chance with Summer, Devon was her brother, so that's not gonna work. Who's the other man that's on the show? Tucker is still swimming between Audra and Ashley. I don't know about that now because Lily ain't gonna want nothing to do with Tucker.
Yeah,
Who?
that's Devon's.
Hey, right, that's Devon's father. I mean, who else is left but Nicholas?
And Victor's with Nikki.
J
Jack is
Money
with
said Kyle.
Diane.
J Money said Kyle.
Yeah, that's the only option.
You
Please.
so Jay, you would rather see her with Kyle than Nick?
I'm sorry, Nick and Lily would be so hot together. They'd be a really cute, sexy couple together. I can see that.
And
Mm-hmm.
and Josh Morrow has even said that he would have liked to have seen like Lily and Nick uh, get together.
And it's years overdue.
Yeah,
It is.
that's the only option I could see. Somebody in the comment section said Cole. I don't even know how long Cole gonna be around.
Oh.
I don't even think Cole and Victoria are have
Right.
chemistry.
You say you think you
Definitely
don't.
don't
You
have
say they don't have chemistry.
not me,
Mm.
not anymore.
Mm.
And I know a lot of people. So there has been some posts online about Lily and Nick,
Mm.
and there's people that think that that would be gross because of how Nick and Sharon were, I don't know, like BFFs with her parents.
Mm.
But I went and looked at when their characters were born. Like, I know they were both aged up at some point.
Mm.
But when I look at when their characters were born, they're only 7 years apart. So it's not like Nick is 20 years older than her.
Yeah. I mean, she's in her. You talking about between Lily and Nick, right?
Yes, the
Yeah.
characters of Lily and Nick,
Right.
not the
Right.
actor.
Right. Because I think yeah, she would. Lily would be playing what about 35, maybe.
Oh, she's older than Devon would be 35. I because Lily's older than he is, and grown children as well. And plus, I would say Summer is 30 herself now.
Mm.
So Nick would have to be, as far as like the character age, he would have to be in his 50s. Same with like
Right.
Victoria. Still, but still, they would be hot and sexy together. Who wouldn't want to see that? And Nick is the king of this. Well, I can't say the king that. I want to start a war, but he is known for always having some hot, steamy scenes, and those two would seem a TV screen together.
Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
Lily would be. I mean, based on her kids being in college right now, one of her kids are supposed to be like maybe I don't know 21, 22 by now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So she has to at least be in her
40s,
forties, her
right?
early.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Didn't have the, she didn't have her kids as kids. She was an adult herself.
Right. That is true. That is true. Or Tanika said, or they can just bring somebody new for Lily, or bring back Tyler. Tyler's on another show, isn't he? The guy that
I
played
haven't seen
Tyler.
that anything lately.
I thought he was on
I
some show. It must have been one of the Tyler Perry shows. I'm trying to remember what
I
it
think
was.
so.
Yeah, I think he's on one of
But
in.
he looked incredible.
Oh, did he? Yeah, he
Oof.
did, girl. Wee.
we know how they are bringing characters on though. I
Mm-hmm.
don't see them bring anybody new on for Lily.
Yeah.
No, sadly, no.
Mm-mm.
Bring
Mm-mm.
Wyatt over.
I
That
mean,
would.
let they get rid of Daniel and his family, and then they got 3 spots that opened up.
Right.
Wow.
I
Dang.
mean,
And people already
honestly,
trying to fire Daniel and Heather too.
but you know what? I agree, Keish. I mean, at this point, where you gonna go with the storyline with Daniel and Heather? Are they gonna? I mean, what could be new for them except for getting fired? And then what? Because I can't unless Lily would just be like, oh well, we'll let you work here. What's the other storyline for them but to keep the family together, and they just sail off in the sunset behind his daddy, Danny? But all of
Yeah, they
y'all
can all
leave.
go on.
I mean, they could. I don't know. I I can't see them getting fired, to be honest, because Daniel runs a whole company under Chancellor Winters, and he could. I mean, she can't just take his company away like that. Plus, she would have to go to Jill and say, "Hey, I want to get rid of him for X, Y, and Z." And if it's over like a relationship, that would be like a conflict of interest. And say, and Heather could also battle that legally as well. So it would be a lose situation for us. I mean,
I bet
I
they.
don't know.
I bet. I bet Daniel would feel so bad, and I think he would feel so bad and so guilty about what he did. He would just say, "Okay, I don't. I'm not going to fight her on it. Let's go
Mm-hmm.
fight her." If they he did decide to fire them,
Would y'all want them to
That would
bring
be a
back?
little petty.
Would y'all want them to bring back Daniel Goddard for her or no?
who?
King.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
if they don't put her with Nick, why not
Yeah. Why not bring
right. They
Kane
can
back,
bring
huh?
King back.
bring his little line stuff back? They may as well. They
I
don't
mean,
work out the other kind of relationship for
you
her.
don't like Kane. I used to love Kane. I had a huge crush on him.
He is definitely hot for sure. I just after a few after several years of them being together and a new lie popped up, it seemed like every year with Kane, I was over when he got a girl pregnant.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
I forgot about that. Yeah, but I mean, I would be okay if they brought him back and he could be like a secret investor over at Chancellor Winners, and he wanted to make sure he had a stake for Maddie and Charlie and the other kid, or whoever the baby is. Um, what's the baby's name? Sunshine, Samuel, Sherry. What's the baby's name?
Remember, it's a little boy.
Did
Oh,
you
is it? Oh, it's a boy. Oh, wow.
did you
I
see?
don't remember.
Did y'all see what Jay Money said? He said he would even mind seeing Lily with JT.
Over Nick?
No,
She said
that's a
no.
negative. That's J Money. I adore you, but that's an F minus. I'm sorry, sir. I can't see them
Right?
at all.
You said that's a F minus. Oh my goodness, that is
That's an
funny.
F minus couple. I cannot see that at
I'll
all.
never forget Y and R for making JT an abuser
Yeah, that's
I didn't
crazy.
like that either.
That was crazy.
because how character back from that. I know they tried to use the I think they tried to use the brain tumor
Mm-hmm.
or something story on him, but it's like that. Why did y'all go there with that? With JT of all characters,
Right.
loved.
Yep, I agree. All right, so we got to move on. We got the deal. Oh, what do you guys think about this whole connection over coffee with Audra and Sally?
I liked it.
Me
I
too.
loved it. A minus.
Why you give it a
When I
minus?
I give it a minus because I can already see the start of a beautiful friendship and the perfect enemies. And especially when Adam sat down, I can see they were already Kim testing
Oh,
Audra
girl.
and Adam in front of Sally.
Yes, ma'am. That's gonna be if they ever. That's gonna be a beautiful thing. I'm rooting for it. Let me have
See?
Saudra. Wait a minute. Did I say that right? Adam and
Sandra?
Audra.
that was Audra.
That would just be Audra,
That's
right?
Sally and Audra. Sally and Audra. Sandra.
Why get? Oh my God! I don't even know why did I go there with that S. I guess it would just be Audra because they both of their names start with an A.
Audra or Adam.
Audram.
Audrum,
Mm.
yeah, Audrum. That's yeah, that'll work. But yeah, I could see a potential problem right there because if she start talking about how good Adam is to her and all this, she gonna be like, oh, okay.
I would be here for that.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
This is how Adam and Audra gonna get together.
Oh, girl, I can't
This is
wait.
how. Yep. It's already they planting seeds already. She's already planning to leave Tucker. Because I don't feel she fully left Tucker. Well, I know we'll get to that, but they were Kim testing in front of Sally. And it was
Mm-hmm.
fun to see that because if they become close friends and then Audra catches Adam at a weak moment and Audra being the mattress that she is, she's going to lay down and just take it. I feel like those would be the two power couples, and though I feel that's going to bring the Sally that we know and we love back into being, scheming and vengeful and just ready to compete. I would love that.
Girl, listen, and the way they can put it together is just say, um, Audra happened to bring something over to Sally, but Adam is there without his shirt off or something. Or
Mm-hmm.
or he come over there to meet Sally or pick up something for Sally and she's maybe getting ready for bed and have a little night thing on and Adam is looking at her like, okay. Something.
Oh, yes, like Sally could say like, "Oh, I left my phone in Audra's room," and then Adam said, "Like, I can go get it for you real quick."
Mm-hmm.
Audra already came out the shower in her towel, and he knocks at the door. They had that cute flirtation. Oh my goodness! There's so
Girl,
many ways they could set that up. Ooh,
listen.
Mixed with
2024.
it's mixed in the comments. Some are saying that they would be for Sally and Audra, and others are saying that Adam
What?
would never do. I mean, Audra. Sorry, Audra and Adam. Dang it, this is
You
your fault.
said this. Listen,
Audra and
girl,
some are saying that they're for Audra and Adam, and others are saying Adam would never do that to Sally.
mm-hmm. Man, Audra is all about Audra. And if she goes after what she wants, whether it's in business or it's personal. And I'm telling you, if she start feeling some kind of way about Adam, because that's one thing they usually tell you, don't be sitting up here telling your girlfriend all your business about your man, because sometimes you never know. And,
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying? And Audra is a snaky snake. I don't care. She is. And it wouldn't be, beneath her to go and try to come after Adam. But I would be so here for it.
I would.
And she already compared him to Tucker too, so she already found some qualities within Adam that she finds attractive.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all see how Adam wants Sally to watch her back with her.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, goodness. So he better watch his back then, because if they're going to play this out, then I see Audra being the assertive one towards Adam. Then
Mm-hmm.
same way, like she was being like the assertive one, the sly one, trying to pursue Nate while he was with Elena.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let me ask you a quick question. If Summer wasn't involved, do you think Audra and Chance would have been hot?
Yeah, I can see those two.
Mm-hmm.
I do too. That would be fun to watch.
Mm-hmm. Because, I mean, he's a very attractive guy, and, I think she could pull some extra things out of him.
Summer's pool is very limited too, though, because she related to everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, that's true. That is true. Since.
Only that what Kyle, Chance, and Nate.
Nate. They were
Mm-hmm.
saying that.
I
Mm-hmm.
think
Nate and Summer.
didn't he?
Nate and
At one point,
Summer?
I thought he
Yeah,
I
they were.
brought it something about they were supposed to put them
I
together.
did.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
Yeah, they were saying that in the comments in one of the early videos. After the first Chance and Summer love scene, they said they were originally supposed to put Summer and Nate together. Which I'm like,
Mm.
how would they even cross paths and for what? They're not even the same age group.
Right.
Yeah.
Tanika said Adam hasn't cheated yet, so well, I don't know about that. Hasn't he cheated? He cheated on. Did he cheat on Chelsea with Sharon?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
several
that's what I
times.
thought.
Ad, Adam's no saint.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I would, man, when I first saw that scene, I did like the conversation between Sally and Audra because there was no judgment there. So they both deal with very controversial men, and anytime that they would talk with anybody else, oh, you shouldn't be with Tucker, oh, you shouldn't be with Adam. They was just like, hey, your dude and my dude, they're complicated men, as she called it. So I like that it wasn't like Chloe, because Chloe gets in front of Sally and always talk trash about Adam, and I know Sally get tired of that mess. So to have somebody to bounce her feelings off of, she was okay with that. But the problem is, don't bounce too many feelings off of her because, anything could happen.
Exactly. And what if Chloe catches Audra and Adam?
Ooh, girl, tell me
I
about it.
feel that.
What'd you say, Keish?
Writers, please.
I was saying she would have a field day with that if she caught Adam cheating on Sally.
Mm-hmm. But I mean,
She would have a parade.
but she can't say nothing to her going in between both them brothers. Come on now.
Oh, goodness.
I mean, two sets of them in her history. Shoot. All right, now we need to move over to Audra, and because Audra's done with Tucker. Now, do you think Tucker's
Allegedly.
allegedly? Do you think Tucker has feelings for Ashley, or is he trying to be helpful to Ashley?
He still has feelings for Ashley.
Absolutely. He
Mm-hmm.
loves that woman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's quick to drop Audra like a bad habit if he could. But I don't think he just doesn't want to put himself out there and be vulnerable again and get making himself look like a clown, like he
Mm-hmm.
was chasing her all of last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's why he wanted to keep at least Audra in the back burner.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nate tried to tell her that she was gonna be hurt, and I mean, this is the first time I ever seen Audra since she been on the show been extremely jealous.
Yeah. Because I don't even think she was this bad with what's Sharon's son's name?
Noah.
Noah.
Noah. Yeah, when Noah and Allie were
Mm-hmm.
still on, and they were like she, of course she was poking,
Mm-hmm.
trying to be a little trouble, trying to come between them, but it wasn't like this.
Mm-mm.
Like she,
Because I remember when she first came on, or when they were talking about Audra, that she said that she had a jealous streak. Didn't she fake a pregnancy or something like that
Yeah.
to try to get back at Noah?
Mm-hmm.
So she got some very severe insecurities.
I thought that was us speculating that she faked that pregnancy because she said she had a miscarriage, right?
Yeah, but I think she faked. Was that real? Or
I
did
don't
she?
think she ever admitted to faking it. I think that's what we were assuming,
Oh,
thinking
okay.
that.
Or was it she was planning to fake it, then she found out she was pregnant, then she miscarried, something to that effect. She was trying to scheme on that boy, which I'm like, I don't know how she failed,
Mm-hmm.
especially out of all the Newmans.
Mm-hmm. He said, out of all the Newmans, how did you fail? Mm-hmm. Um, yeah, I mean, she was really thinking that her and Tucker was gonna run off to Paris, and she had the lingerie packed and ready to go too. And he was like, we ain't going nowhere, sorry.
Yeah, and that's how you know he's still in love with her because as concerned as he might be about her mental health, if he wasn't still in love with her, he would have just sent Jack a text or something saying, "Look, this is what happened with your sister today. You guys really need to take her mental health seriously. I'm out of here.
Right.
I'm going to later."
Mm-hmm. I agree. Ooh, child. Yeah, well, now, because remember her original plan with getting back with Tucker was to take over Glissade. And then all of a sudden, she figured that, I can have a relationship with this guy. Now that she's broken up with him, he said, does that mean it's over for everything? She really didn't give an answer. So I'm wondering, is she still going to try to turn this around now for her own advantage versus actually being with him? Because her initial thing was to go after that company.
Yeah, and that's what's annoying about this is we've been playing this game with Ashley for how long now? With her trying to pull some kind of scheme to get back at Tucker. But it's like at this point, what are you getting back at him for? Because you've already found out that you basically made it up in your head that he was abusive to you. So what are you mad at him about now? Like
Right.
why do you feel revenge if that's what she's doing? Why do you feel the need to get revenge on him now?
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's going in circles.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. And then she's fighting because we got, these alter egos that she's fighting in between. I mean, it's crazy. Because I saw Monday's episode, and now she's telling Tucker to get lost. I don't ever want to speak to you again. It's okay. So,
Can I say something real quick?
Were you gonna talk about Abby's conversation?
I love whichever personality that was. One of the 60. I love that one.
that was hilarious. I was rolling. Oh, she just me.
Didn't she call her a brat too?
Yes.
She's like just spoiled brat. She's such a pain in the a. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to leave her.
Yeah, that was hilarious. I was like, wow. And then she said the same thing about her family too.
I want her to say that entire character, at least for the next couple of months, just that one particularly. And I want her to just read and just shade the entire city that she lives in. Every time she walks past Victor or Nikki, she's calling something out, and she just doesn't care. I would love to see that side of Ashley.
That
That's
would be
refreshing.
funny. That would be funny if
Yeah.
she have a conversation with Jack, she have a conversation with Victor, and then you actually hear her alter ego say something crazy about them. That would be so funny.
She could be like, my simp of a brother.
Oh,
Look at him
oh
and
my,
his felon.
oh my. That was funny. Writers, maybe you can kind of slide that in there somewhere, to have Ashley and her alter egos say crazy stuff like that. That
Because it was great.
it
It was
was.
fantastic.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
funny. Um, but
And
yeah,
accurate.
and accurate. I did still, even though it was a messy scene with how she was trying to get up under Tucker. Those two they got a connection, and they actually got on screen compatibility. I just hate that the writer screwed that up.
Yeah, same.
Hmm. You took her through all of this whole thing because they were actually married, about to be on their honeymoon, and then y'all destroyed it. Took us through this whole thing of thinking she was gaslit, but she
And
wasn't
for
gas.
what?
Yeah, exactly. And for what? And now she's debating in her mind on whether she should be with Tucker or not. It's like, oh my God, here we go.
Yeah, there are so many other storylines that they could have given Tucker and Ashley together as a couple
Mm-hmm.
that would have worked very well. I don't understand. I wonder if it was a case of them just not knowing what, I don't know, maybe the actor that played Tucker was going to do, and they thought maybe they were going to have to write him off somehow, and then they didn't. It just felt so random the way that they put this together.
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
agree. Yep, I totally agree. But I guess the question is, where's this gonna end? Because yeah, she's going further and further down. That girl is spiraling. But we
Yeah.
we
I'm
did. Go ahead.
hoping. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm hoping that Tucker gets her some help. I hope that he is like, you know what? I'm gonna stick around her, and he could like secretly have like a psychiatrist or something evaluate her or some, or that would show that Tucker has changed. I feel like that would be a great redemption storyline for him if he helped her in that way. Abby sees that, Devon sees that, the whole family.
But I feel like I don't know. I feel like that wouldn't be because Tucker, he did nothing. He did nothing wrong. Ashley told everybody that, and nobody believes her. So I feel like even if he tried to help Ashley, that they're just going to say, "Oh, you're just doing this for you. What are you trying to get out of it?" They're not going to
Believe
give him
her.
the benefit of
Right.
doing it about her, because even after Ashley told everybody, the way that I remembered that situation in Paris didn't actually happen that way. Even Tracy said it. And everybody is still like, well, he's just a bad person anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So as much as I would love for him and Ashley to get back together, like right now, I wouldn't be mad at him if he like, you know what, I'm not touching this, because anytime I do something, you guys accuse me of being malicious. If something goes wrong, it's going to be my fault. I'll, you guys see that clearly there's an issue with her. I'm gonna let you guys handle it, and if you need me to do something, then let me know. But other than that, leave me out of it.
I agree with you because they're gonna be, and then the thing is, they're gonna blame all this on him anyway. See, she's in this
Yeah.
mental position, and this is all your fault.
Yep.
Yep. So if I was him, like you said, Keish, I would stay clear of it. Maybe help her from a distance, because running to Abby or Jack or somebody is gonna be met with resistance.
Yeah. Was that this week or last week when Abby went to his hotel room?
There was this week.
Yeah, and it's like, why are you going to this man's room all hostile? What did he do?
Especially after she knows about what happened in Paris and that he was telling the truth.
Girl, they want to, when you want to think of somebody in a bad light, it's almost like even if you got the truth, they don't want to believe it. They think that she's just making it up and somehow she's the one that's mistaken. I think, Keish, you was just saying that, right? And so it's like, yeah, I hear that you weren't at fault, but we don't believe that. You had something to do with this. And it's just, yeah.
I have a question, and maybe I missed it. Does
Mm-hmm.
Devon know what happened in Paris?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
actually told him and Abby at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it,
Because she was also trying to tell Devon, like, if this was the reason why you, you eventually just cut your dad off, like, please reconsider, because this was
right,
Paris. And that's when he was like, well, he's done some other stuff in the past anyway, or whatever it was that he said.
Mm-hmm.
It was very, like, matter of factly, like, oh, it's all good. He's a jerk anyway, so I'm not really missing anything. And it's like, no, you guys were literally getting along until she told you that, and then you
Exactly.
decided to cut.
so he didn't even apologize or anything. Had a conversation with his dad
Mm-hmm.
about after the truth came out. Wow, just like Devon. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think they've shown Devon and Tucker in the scene yet since he's found out, have they?
Nope.
No.
But
And
him and Abby have been, and you saw what Abby did. Still on his back.
Keish, I agree with you. Up until that point when Ashley was talking about what happened in Paris, them two were getting along. He was going up to the school to visit Dominic and watch his little musical events and all this kind of stuff. The moment that he found out what Ashley told him, he cut him off. Mamie did too. That was the one main reason that Mamie ended up stopped talking to Tucker, was because of what Ashley said.
Yep.
Always leading with emotion. He just a bunch of sour grapes. That's
Mm.
how he moves in life. Everything is just never okay. He's never happy. Everything's always matter of fact. I don't understand what it is with Devon. I would like to at least hear that Tucker's able to still see his grandson or something. I mean, because that was the big thing that was holding him off having that relationship.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So I don't know. Devon, sometimes I'd be giving him the side eye. Like, really?
Yeah, just like how we were confused about, because Devon was the one that talked about wanting to take his company back and separate from Chancellor. And when Billy mentioned it this week, it was like he was pissed about it. And I'm like,
Mm.
isn't this what you've always that they wouldn't let you have?
Right.
He's just
I know.
weird.
It's just weird. Um. Okay. We also got to finally talk about Jordan being locked in the dungeon and how she thought she was going to flip the script on Victor, but Victor flipped the script on her.
Look, y'all,
What?
I'm Jordan dancing in that alley when she had that gun and she was humming that little show tune and dancing in the alley. I think it was on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
I, that is such a good actress.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was twirling around in Seth's scarf, and I was like, "You are diabolical, girl."
I know, right? Yeah,
Oh man.
Michael had me rolling because he told Victor, "Look, I don't make me lie to my wife. I told her I was gonna be back in a couple hours." Then Jordan came up in there with that gun, and the look on Michael's face was like a deer in headlights. Like, oh my God, here we go again.
But it's his own fault. He keeps signing up for it.
I know, he's a gopher. Every time Victor be like, "Oh, we got to bust a move. We got this to take care of." I hope you're talking about legal documents, cause I'm an attorney. You got me running around being a little dark alleys and Peruvian prisons and stuff.
Right.
So, but now what I am disappointed about is the fact that I think Adam should have been the one that helped Victor out with the taser instead of making Nick once again the golden boy. What y'all think?
I agree. I would love that, but I feel it made sense for at least Nick to be the one, only because they purposely written Adam as far as possible from this particular storyline. It had it been Adam who popped in, I don't know, it would come kind of random.
Mm-hmm.
Especially since they work so hard to keep him out of all the information. He always has to get breadcrumbs about what's going on in his own family.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I feel like Nick, it made sense since he always know the key characters, and he's always at his dad's beck and call any chance he can get to.
Yeah. And other than Adam, Abby doesn't know what's going on. Summer barely knows what's going on. Like it's just been that core part of the family: Victoria, Nikki, and Victor,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess Cole. It's just weird how they keep the rest of their family out of such big events. Like Summer is just now meeting Claire this week.
Right. They
We
try to.
haven't seen Victoria.
Go ahead, Keisha.
I was saying, and we haven't seen Victoria's other kids either. They have a big sister.
Mm-hmm.
They have a big sister. They lost their house. Like a lot's transpired, but
And they haven't even at least mentioned the other kids.
Mm-mm. At
Like,
all.
don't put it in the screen. They haven't even talked about it in dialogue about Johnny and Katie or whatever their kids' names are.
I was really upset with that they didn't have Billy at least mention that.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, were the kids with him, or he could have said, like, oh, I'm so glad that my kids are safe, because I'm assuming that made news in Genoa City. And then he was walking around like a pompous A, just I don't know, it's weird writing. I don't get that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Victoria did mention by saying, "Oh, thank God the kids are at a boarding school," but that's all that we got. So they basically just said the kids were away at boarding school, and that was it.
All Victoria's kids went to boarding school.
Mm-hmm.
She don't ever raise none of her kids.
Right. Yeah, that's crazy. But somebody else mentioned something in the chat. Oh, about that whole conversation between Adam and Claire. Ooh, that I did not like that at all, because at first she was interested into getting to know Adam, but because Adam wasn't privy to this whole thing, he was obviously suspicious of Claire. And instead of Claire saying, I could understand where you probably would think that I would have, she just automatically went, oh, you're not like the other Newmans. I'm like, oh, here we go. You know,
she's enjoying her redemption.
I know, right?
She just rubbing it right in Adam's face. Like, look, it took me less than 4 months.
Mm-hmm. It's
They didn't roll out the carpet.
I know, right? Girl, I was like, oh.
When Nikki said that line about if your last name is Newman, then something about you're protected, or Victor protects you, or what was that line that she said? I just remember thinking to myself, I don't think Adam has felt that love that you're talking about, because she was talking about Claire, or talking to Claire. And I can't remember exactly what the line was, but it was something about being
like if even have like an ounce of Newman, he's always going to forever protect you, or something like that.
Yeah, you're always going to be family or something. I'm like, yeah, I don't think Adam has experienced that.
No, of course not.
Never done it, Adam, but I mean, literally nobody in Adam's family accepts him but Victor every once in a while.
Exactly. Yep, so that was funny. I mean, she looked up talking about where am I when after she was tased, and Victor was like, well, you're not at the south of France.
This man offered her $10 million, a new identity, a house in the south of France. She a fool for not taking that. I was like, Victor, I will take that.
Right, I'll take that deal. I
We can do the
mean,
podcast right from the south of France.
girl, you so. I mean, that was the craziest thing ever. I thought sure she was gonna take that deal and sail into the sunset. She is so angry about trying
Yeah.
to unalive one of them Newmans, whether it's Victor or Claire or Nikki, that she would rather do that and be on the run than to go on the other side of the planet with a big old house and a whole pocket and bank account full of cash.
Right. Gail Lewis said, "Don't forget, Victoria has an older son, Reed. Totally forgot about
Oh
Reed."
gosh, that is true. That would be interesting to see Claire and Reed bond as siblings because he's older now, I would think. He was a teenager when he was last on the show. So he should be a young
Yeah.
adult now.
Yeah, I think he should. He's supposed to be around the same age as Lily's kids because weren't Maddie and him dating at one point?
Yeah, so they should be like in their early 20s then.
Yeah.
Let me see. Hold on.
And that would put Claire in her mid 20s.
I'm trying to see when they brought him on originally when he was on the show. What 2004. Right? Hold on. Let me see. Wait. Let me make sure. Because it's been more than one actor, so they're trying to give me the date of each actor. But I'm trying to character.
Oh, okay.
Character started when.
Jan says Nick's son is not in crisis and Connor is in crisis. Adam needs to be with his son right now. I guess instead of helping them with Jordan.
Okay.
I forgot they had a thing with Connor today, right? Or was that yesterday?
That was. I know it's Monday. But they had the original episode on the 4th of March, that last Monday. We really didn't get to see too much of them this week, but Monday, half of the episode is about Connor.
Oh, okay.
I was trying, did you find a date? Oh, 1999. I think.
That's when we were born.
That's what I'm seeing. It looks like maybe 1999. Hold on. Because if it is, then because Claire Grace was supposed to have been born in 98.
So they're close in age.
They're close in age, exactly.
They're literally born the same years as Thomas and then Steffi and Phoebe. Because they were born in 98, 99.
Well, they aged them differently on B&B.
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, if with Victoria having an older son, Reed, that would be nice to bring him back to, she get to meet her brother that's, like you say, close in age to her.
Yeah.
That would be cool, but I don't know if they're going to do it. So how many kids she got? 4? Yeah, she got 4.
Yeah, 4.
4 with Claire.
Yeah, Claire, Reed, Johnny, and Katie. And Johnny, well, I mean, that's her adopted son, but, still.
Yeah, that's her baby. Yeah, she had 4 kids.
Yep.
That she sends to boarding school. This is the most, the attention that she gives Claire, this is the most we've seen her parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's Reed's dad?
JT. Yep. So Billy is, got Johnny and Katie, and of course Cole has got Claire and JT. Yeah, so she got 3 fathers. But yeah, that was funny though. I had to laugh at that when she woke up, meaning Jordan talking to her. Where am I? and Victor said just as calmly, "Well, you're not at the south of France, are you?" I'm like, that's what she get. She should have took that deal and ran with it.
Right.
And got out of Dodge.
I don't know if I missed it, but did Victor say what his plan was to, as far as what he was going to do with her?
On Monday they talk about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, on Monday to talk about it because Claire had asked what yesterday. I know he got Jordan captured, but is he just gonna leave her there indefinitely? And Victoria didn't
That's
answer that question.
right. Like, what's the plan here?
So I mean, I was wondering the same thing. I'm like, is she gonna starve to death up in there or what?
She gonna crawl through a vent. She gonna tunnel her way out like she did. It's like she did in Wyoming or where she was in Montana, Oregon, Wisconsin, wherever
Mm-hmm.
they were at.
Mm-hmm.
I remember her hiding out in the vent. The fact that she can squeeze up in there, I got high hopes for Jordan. Jordan gonna get out of there. She
Mm-hmm.
picked the place. She picked the place for a reason.
Yeah, that's true. She did pick that spot though, didn't she?
So she gonna get herself out.
Mm-hmm. Some kind of way. Well, we did see the Friday preview where Claire, Victoria, and Nikki is supposed to confront her next week. So, yeah. Do you think that?
So instead of putting this woman in jail, I'm sorry, instead of putting her in jail, they just leave her in that box.
I don't think I don't. That's what I don't know. I mean, well, like I say, I watched Monday, and it sounded like they want to bring the police, but Victor might be on the fence with that question. Cause Victor don't have any problems with adding bodies under his name, if you know what I mean. And so,
Nope.
I mean, probably if it was up to him, he'll leave her there and forget about her. But at the same time, there was this question like, oh, and Nikki was asking him about, well, before you turn her over to the police, let me talk to her. I want to confront her. So, I guess we'll find out later in the week what happens to her. I honestly think she gonna find a way out, like Bree said. Because I mean, if you're gonna take
Yeah.
somebody to a place that you know about, you know how to get out of there too.
And she described it. She was how perfect it would be. There'd be no way to get out, but she requested that particular place. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, she knows how to get her in and out. She probably had a few victims up in there.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. So, all right. Did we cover everything for Young and the Restless?
I think so. It was a lot this week.
Yeah, it was. They had a whole bunch of moving parts this week. I think we
Did we
covered.
talk about Kyle and Harrison and Claire and Summer and them looking for a nanny?
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about them.
Oh.
Let me. Oh, you know what? Let
And
me. Go ahead. Go ahead, Bree. I mean, Keish.
that clearly they're shaping this up for Claire to be Harrison's nanny.
Exactly. I let me ask you a question. Do you think because the old nanny wasn't there and he was feeling some kind of way that he should have had a day out of school?
No.
Yeah, I didn't understand that. He could have went to school.
Exactly. I was like,
But why was he out of school for?
they was so because they were so caught up in the fact that he was so unhappy that they decided, oh well, since you're not happy today, you can stay out of school, and they took him over to Crimson Lights, and then they run into Claire. But I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, little boy, you going to school today?
And I'm like, most parents on the show will send their kids to boarding school. He should be happy he has the option to go to school and go to his own room.
Exactly. And I mean, and then they were saying how he's going to be the one to make the determination on who the best nanny is. Okay, so if he likes Edward Scissorhand, y'all gonna choose him?
Right. Give him
Yeah.
a boarding school.
Yeah. I was like, it was y'all. Come on, you gonna let him have the final say? Yeah, okay. And you keep him out of school because he in his feelings about the nanny gone.
Right.
So then he's going to be out of school a lot for being in his feelings about a lot of things.
Exactly. You're gonna turn him into a spoiled brat. That's what you're gonna turn him into. And
Right.
then you'll be having alter egos talking about him like Ashley was talking about Abby.
No.
Okay. Alright. Y'all ready to move on to bold?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. All right, it's been a lot of you guys consistently in the chat today. We've been hovering around 125 to 135, which is excellent, you guys. So thank you for so much. I hope you are continuously enjoying the content. We're not done yet. We gotta do the bold and the beautiful. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and check out all of the other platforms. We got a blog, the Facebook group, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, and of course YouTube. So make sure you support the channel. Bree put the little comment in the chat. Make sure you give a thumbs up and hit that like button. Okay. All right, that's all I got to say about that. And thank you. I've been seeing the compliments in the comment section about the new look of the channel, so I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, hold on one second. All right, so let's go back and do bold. All right, so here's our summary for the bold and the beautiful for the week of the 11th through the 15th. And Finn tells Steffi that the house feels haunted, and RJ assures Luna that she will always be safe with him. Finn hears noises and hallucinates Sheila while Thomas and Hope recreate Italy and share a romantic dinner. Finn confides in Steffi about his hallucinations, and Thomas and Hope envision their future together. After a fight with Poppy, Luna inspired Bills to tears, and Hope appeals to Brooke for her support. And for the 15th, Poppy goes to Finn to talk about Luna's father, as Thomas gifts Hope with a new gown and a final proposal. so, so. Shall we talk about Finn and his hallucinations?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. This man is seeing things. He created a whole dramatic scene in his head, which was nothing like what happened.
It's not funny.
What you got to say, Keish? You over there laughing.
I was laughing at how you said he created a whole dramatic scene in his head.
He did. I mean, he has Sheila laying on the floor saying help me, and seeing the whole bloody chest and her looking up over him. Man, that's crazy.
It's plunging her multiple times with the knife.
Right.
It's like Luna's dad was like recreating like 4 different versions of Halloween in his head.
Did you say Luna's
like
dad? Oh, Luna's dad, Lord. Oh, I get it.
Yeah, Luna's dad, he created all them versions in his head, and I'm like, I felt so bad for him because I'm like, he's really, really going through it. He's really struggling, and he is really trying to erase that image that he sees of his wife right now.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she trying to hang in there. I honestly think that a part of her is like, can you get over it already? But the other part of her is like, you know what? I signed up for this. I told him I'm going to be here, so here I am.
Yeah, I think she's being very supportive. She has not once since this has happened jumped down Finn's throat about his feelings. All she keeps saying to him is, "We're gonna get through this. We'll work through this. I'm sorry this happened. I understand that you're upset. We're gonna be here for each other." So she has not one time tried to make him feel bad for having the reaction that he's having.
Mhm. I agree. What you?
I think that they both are. I'm sorry. I was going to say I think they're both dealing with it day by day as best as they can, and she is trying to really be there for her husband. Um, and I know, like, a lot of people feel it should be the other way around. Um, but I feel it's a give or take. I feel like maybe in that moment she willing to be there for her husband. Probably the next day she might be falling apart, and he can be there for her. So I think it's just a give or take. But they're trying to move past it as best as they can.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. Yeah, it's a struggle though.
That's why I don't get Hope's narrative of, well, Steffi needs to be understanding. She needs to be there for him. She needs to. She can't let this affect their marriage. And it's like, there's been no one has said to you that Hope or that Steffi is not supporting him. So why do you keep saying that? You know what I mean? Ben
Mhm.
didn't say that to her. Steffi didn't say to Hope, I can't believe he's reacting this way when they talked. So to me, there was no reason for her to say what she said to Steffi, or to have the narrative that she has about the situation when it comes to, they can't let this affect their marriage, and she's got to support him, and she's got to see things from his side, or whatever else she's saying about it.
Yeah, I agree.
I I took it like a cheerleader sort of aspect from Hope. I feel like, I mean, for me, I don't feel like she was judging. I feel like she was trying to, in her own way, cheerlead, even though it was unwarranted. The cheerleading is unwarranted. It's just care about him from afar. But I, I I feel bad for Steffi and Luna's dad. I really hope that they, or at least I would like to see a scene where they both go to counseling, because I feel like that's a missing part of this.
What you say, Keish?
I said Bree wants him to be Luna's dad so bad.
Yeah,
That's
well,
Luna's dad.
I mean, you don't. Well,
I know we'll get to. I know we'll get to
we'll get to
it.
it. Yeah. What was funny though is while they were having their conversation, Finn and Steffi, Liam called. And he's like, "Are you alone?" And she was like, nope. Finn is here. Gotta go. Bye." Girl, she hung up on him. It was the funniest thing ever.
Less than 20 seconds. That was correct. That was correct.
Man, that was the
And she,
best moment all week.
she was like, "Oh, it's Liam. We don't have to answer that." Finn and Finn was like, "Look, it might be for Kelly." She's like, "Fine. Is Kelly okay? No, nothing to do with Kelly. Okay, bye, Liam." 20 seconds, if that.
And then he looking at the phone like, she hung up on me. Yeah, she hung up on you.
He's not that guy no more.
Bill and Liam sitting at that table talking about somebody walking out on their wife. You are two of the last people
Thank
that
you.
walking out on their wife, because that's all Liam does.
Mm-hmm.
And talking about how to be a stand-up husband. Comical.
Right.
I'm like, where are their references?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to mention this to y'all because a lot of people were saying this earlier this week in the comment section across other areas that Finn and Steffi maybe need to leave the house. Because, I mean, somebody died there. You know what I'm saying? So why not, you know, find somewhere else to stay for a little while, until they get their head on straight. They getting up. And every time Finn is over there, he's looking at that floor. You know what I'm saying? So do you think that maybe they need to take some time away from that house?
I think Finn is going to take time away from that house. I don't think Steffi's going to leave the house that she bought and paid for. Because she's still a victim, and it would kind of feel like Sheila won in a way if she was still scared to leave her own house even after she's been unalived. Um, but I see Finn living someplace else or getting a hotel, and that causes a rift between them.
I I guess I didn't think too much about it because how many tragedies have we had on this show in the different houses and nobody moved? So if Bold isn't smart enough to even put in dialogue about Steffi and Finn getting some type of therapy, all this
Right.
after the trauma that they've been through, then I wouldn't expect them to be smart enough to have them, I don't know, go move to Eric's for a little bit or somewhere else until they can, get through the trauma of this situation.
I'm
We
telling
give them
you.
both
Well,
credit.
all in the comment section, they like get out of there, sell a house, go for a trip.
Yeah,
They
I
need to
mean,
get
what
out for,
logic? That
huh?
would make a lot of sense, but no, Bo ain't. They not gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, Finn might leave the house, but not Steffi. Steffi, what does it say? If they leave the house, the killer of his mom still goes. Well, cause it's in his head. But I guess that space. I mean, that's kind of. I don't know. Would you? That would be hard for me to do. I'd be like, I gotta take me a moment. Let me go somewhere for a while. I mean, that's just me. But like you said, Keish, they're not gonna go through all of that to have them go stay somewhere else. They're just not going to do it. You might as well. They still have, like you said, brought in a therapist. So that
Yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, they could even say like Finn was video chatting Taylor to try to get some counseling sessions until he found one that he was comfortable with in LA or something.
Mm-hmm.
yep.
Like something that would kind of just move it along. Otherwise, I can't see him like wanting to stay in that house. I mean, he was already sleeping in his office. I can see him continuously doing that,
Mm-hmm.
and that causing a rift between Finn and Steffi.
Yeah, I mean, the girl trying to get intimate with him and he freaking out, jumping up, doing all kinds of stuff. Yeah, it's rough.
That was weird for me.
Won't be getting a sin love scene anytime soon.
What'd you say?
Was that
I said, I guess that means we won't be getting a sin love scene anytime soon.
Of course. I don't think so. What'd you say, Bree?
was it weird for you guys that she wanted to get intimate like day after that happened?
I didn't feel like she was trying to have sex with him. I just felt like she was trying to kiss him.
No, she wanted to get it in. It felt like they wanted to really get it in, and that's why she wanted to go take a shower, let him rest, and blah, blah, blah.
Oh, you're talking about that night? That
Yeah.
Yeah, because he jumped.
No, because
Go ahead,
she
Keish.
went and got in the shower, came out in her robe when she heard him scream, and then she went and put on clothes. So I feel like if she was hinting at wanting to get it in, she would have put on some lingerie or something.
Oh, before that, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, well, he jumped up so far at that chair, you was thinking someone was biting his butt. I'm like, dang, he hopped up so fast. So I don't know how this can continue to go on unless they get some therapy. They got to get some, if they're going to stay in the house and, they're going to keep the dialogue the same, get them some help, especially him. Now, the problem
I
with
know.
that is he going to get blindsided also by the fact that he might be Luna's father. You got two double whammies.
Yeah, they just literally took a cannonball into sin. There's no way I can see them coming back together anytime soon. I feel this is going to be nothing but a ripple effect because Steffi's going to feel a way about Luna being his daughter.
Oh,
I honestly feel
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely.
And then once that other stuff comes about RJ and Zende and the fact that she was with them both, so that girl's pregnant. So that's going to make Steffi a step grandmother. She's not going to have that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's the case and it's ruled that he is the father. How's she gonna deal with the fact of him being maybe what's the word I can use? Chemically impressed upon um
Right.
with something. Is she gonna be able to deal with that? You know what I mean? Like you don't remember sleeping with your aunt? How could you do this? I don't. That's gonna be weird if that's the case.
I mean, she can only be she's gonna feel away, but she can't be mad at him. If it were to come out, she can't really be mad at him, um, because it's gonna be brand new for him too.
Mm-hmm.
And if she wants that man and all that comes with him, Luna comes with it, she's gonna have to kind of deal with that. Unless she
Mm-hmm.
wants the man that sleeps on his daddy's couch.
Girl, I hope not. Boy, you gotta take 10 steps backwards. Please. Please don't take 10 steps backwards. But yeah, but anyway, we need to, I guess we'll finish up this whole thing with him and Sheila sightings. Do you guys think that she's actually gone and maybe there's some gaslighting going on? Or I think it's got to be in his head because as soon as he look in the same space, the vision is gone.
I think he's still in shock. I think Sheila's gone for now. But I think he's just trying to get over that initial shock. I think
Mm-hmm.
this feeding into the end of steam, or sorry, not the end of steam, the end of sin.
You understand? Ah, gotcha. Okay. What do you think, Keish?
I still think she was alive. I think she's gonna pop back up in give us another month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
He
Gotcha.
does pop back up. It's gonna be a question of if Finn just doesn't care that because he felt like he lost his opportunity, I guess, to bond with his mother, that he's just happy she's alive, and I can see that being the thing that comes between them.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be pissed off that of what she did, breaking in their house, attacking Stephanie, and then faking her death while he was basically hallucinating and losing his mind over it. So
Mm-hmm.
it'll be, if she is still alive, I think his reaction to her being alive is what's going to be the thing that either makes or breaks their marriage.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Um, we got this little bit that happened this week with Zende staring at that picture. That was another moment where Carter came in. Zende jumped up so fast it freaked him out. It was hilarious to me. I was like, "That's what you get for staring at that photos." And y'all don't lock doors. What y'all
Ever.
think? Ever? What y'all think about that? I mean, that was a small little clip in that. So,
Pathetic when it comes to Luna.
what you say?
Right.
I'm tired of him looking pathetic when it comes to Luna.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing he did with Paris, and I don't like it. And I'm like, the way that Paris treated him was one way. And the thing is, at least Luna's like being straight up and saying, "Hey, I'm not into you like that. I'm with your cousin. I respect you." But the fact that he is still like staring at their picture, thinking about her, and I'm like, there's no other woman on the show as pretty as Petra was. Put Petra with that man.
That would have been great.
She's stunning, and he's a great looking man. That would have been a hot couple. I want to see Bad Boy Zende. I just focus on like just being a talented designer, and you know, I mean, hell, competing with his cousins and his uncles in that realm. Something other than him just staring at that picture. Have him be Bad Boy Zende and put him with Petra. She's a pretty girl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would have been cool. And he would be designing dresses for her. Just like Thomas just designing dresses around Hope. That would have
I
been
agree.
nice. So, anyway. But, yeah, Carter and his beard, he looked nice.
He looked good.
Beard.
You don't like his beard, Keish?
Oh no, I said I do love Carter with a beard.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah. He got his beard on now. So, go ahead, Mr. Carter.
And I love
Um,
the salt and peppers. Oh, it's such a good look on him.
mm-hmm. Yep. Then we got this other storyline. We kind of backtrack to the whole conversation with Luna and Bill. I kind of wish, even if, it'll be soapier if it was Finn or Jack, but it would also been nice if Bill was actually her father, because they had a real good heart to heart connection of a conversation. He was like, he was really concerned. We really don't see a soft side to Bill. What do you think?
Yeah. I Bill didn't need another random
Kid.
child.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I don't feel like Bill needed another random kid popping up in his life as an adult. I do think that their little bond is cute.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. We never see Bill like this. So I don't know if him and Poppy continue to date and get into a serious relationship. Then I mean they could build on his closeness with Luna that way as her stepfather or her father figure. But yeah, I don't. I'm not upset that she's not Bill's biological
Mm-hmm.
child because how many how many kids are we gonna have pop up
For
for
Bill.
Bill?
That's true. What you got, Bree?
I agree with Keish. That would have worked my nerves if he found out he had another child just as randomly on this world. But they had a cute scene together. I do feel that gonna be the he's gonna be the wallet as far as funding uh, the search for Luna's father. But I don't think he has to go too far. But I feel she can look at him as a fatherly figure.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes out that Finn is the father of Luna, I don't. It could be a hit or miss where she could like relate to him as in like, hey, we've always wanted to know who our biological parents were, or she could look at him like, oh wow, we're like peers. I can't see you as a dad figure, but she can look at Bill as that fatherly figure in that sort
Mm-hmm.
of way. I, I just I just wish Poppy would just be straight up with her daughter. I mean, the way Poppy is moving, she's looking incredibly crazy right now.
It's selfish.
And
If
very.
she was
Oh
that,
my gosh. Yes.
if she was this adamant about not wanting Luna to know who her father was, why didn't she just tell Luna her father was gone, like no longer living?
Because they made it seem like at first, when they were in the office together, they made it seem like she is slept around with a lot of men and
Mm-hmm.
that she didn't really know who her father was. And then it made it seem like she knows who that person is, but that person's either choosing not to be in their life or she doesn't want Luna to have any part of that man's life. And now we have this where she has to run all the way to Malibu to go see Finn. And it's like, what is the urgency? If you know who that person is, everybody's grown at this point. And it's not like nobody knows it. Everyone knows you were 304. It's not going to be a surprise.
I think it would be a surprise if they found out that Finn was her father. Like, that's not just typical 304 behavior,
Yeah.
considering what that relationship is.
Yeah. You slept with your sister's adopted son.
You slept with your nephew.
Mm-hmm.
She says, nephew. There is, and I see some people in the chat were also saying it too, that it could be where Poppy could have been involved with both Jack and Finn, and that she doesn't really know who the father is, and she wanted to really leave that alone because that could really cause a lot of turmoil especially with Lee, because if she got with both Finn and her husband, and either one could be the problem, Poppy gonna end up on an operation table.
Uh-huh.
She going right next to Sheila.
Mm.
There's no way. There's no way. How is this woman moving this crazy in a matter of months?
Yeah.
I think this is the show doing what they do and planting little seeds for people to think that that's what this is going to be. But I don't think that they're going to make Finn her father, because the only way they could do that is what we were discussing earlier this week. Finn would not. He would have had to be completely out of it when they slept together, because he's not acting like he was in a relationship with his aunt, or he had a one night stand with his aunt, still calling her Aunt Poppy. So they would have to really finagle some crazy story to how this happened, and Finn has no idea, no clue that this happened.
So,
I don't think that.
Go ahead. Well, I was gonna say, so you don't think that the Luna Zende is the parallel to what happened? Because
No.
Okay, go ahead.
No, I don't think so. I don't think it has any. That's just what I think. I don't think that has any connection to it. I think it's going to be something else. It would be the way that they're setting this up. They're making it too obvious, because they had her go to Malibu to talk to Finn, and then they show a scene where she's like, I really need to know who my father is, and she's at Steffi's house talking to Finn about Luna wanting to know who her father is. So I think that's what they want us to think, but I think them doing that would make things way too. Her character would have to leave the show pretty much immediately after this happens, because there would be nothing. There's nothing else that she would be able to do on this show. There's nobody who would accept her, depending on like what the circumstances were of how that happened. And Luna would hate her mom. Lee already hates her mom, or Lee already hates her sister. So I don't know. I don't see that being. To me, it just doesn't seem like an option, a viable option.
She and Brooke would get along famously. She could be like, Brooke, how'd you stay in LA all this time?
Mm-hmm.
What do you feel think? It's parallel.
Yeah, I think it's parallel too.
I feel it's parallel because it's the most random thing to happen to Luna, and also in a very short period of time. And they wanted to highlight those men for a reason, because it wasn't just the only time with Luna. Even when she was with Bill, we've always seen Poppy pop something. It's something that's really a part of that particular character. And this how suspicious she is. I feel that she was in Zende's place, in Zende's position. I feel that's why she feels the way she does towards him. And I feel Finn was in Luna's position, where he probably took a mint or something. Probably drunk and probably took a mint. They thought, they were with whoever, and that, resulted in Luna. But I'd be very surprised if Lee didn't say that she ever had a hinkling regarding her sister and having like any sort of attraction to Finn, because that was another question I had, and I saw some fans had this question too. Like, what is Poppy's age? Because if she's in close proximity to Finn's age, that would kind of make a little bit more sense as far as like them hooking up.
Okay.
That would never make sense.
Well, here's the thing, because I had brought this up on a midweek live, probably when they first hinted on this back in January. And we were looking at the ages. So he was a freshman in college, which would have put him at about 18 or 19. Luna's about 20, 21. So he would be close to 40 now. In regards to Poppy, we were kind of comparing the ages of the actor and actresses. She got him by 4 years, technically. So she would have been 23, 24 if he was 19. So they were in close proximity. Um, Probably within a 5 year age gap, something like that.
Which
And
5 years is little, very small.
very
But he
small.
still calls
Say it again.
the the detail of him calling her Aunt Poppy is where I is
Well,
that's
see,
the block line where
that
none of this would make sense.
well that goes back because that like something Breeze just said. Those mints were those mints been around a long time in this storyline. She was popping them from the day she got here. And then she was popping them in front of Bill. And then she was, then Luna got a hold to him. Them mints have had more airtime just as much as they have. And so there's a reason for that. Why are they making sure we notice those mints? Then we heard Lee turn around and say, "You've been a druggie all your life," when they had that argument in her apartment. So now we also know not only is this something that she's currently doing, but she's been doing this for a long time, which technically she could have been doing it back in the day. And
Yeah.
and then if in fact, however, Finn got those mints, if Poppy realized and woke up before he did, and she left or whatever, he could have woke up because the only reason I think I mentioned this in the chat. The only reason that this whole thing blew up between Zende and Luna is because Zende was laying in the bed with her when she was sober. And she's like, "Who the heck are you? Where am I? What are you doing here?" But if in Poppy and Finn's case, if she took off and he just happened to wake up like, "Oh my God, what happened? Ooh, I must have had a rough night," and don't remember exactly what happened, it could be a situation like that where he don't know. That's how he didn't know. She didn't know. Only way she found out is because Zende was still there the next morning, and he broke it all
And
down for her.
I I guess people are making sense out of this because they're not blood related, but to me, because they are looking at each other as aunt and nephew, regardless of if the Mints are involved or not. Um, him and Lee aren't blood related, so would that not be gross too?
I
If
mean,
that happened,
Bold is gross,
well,
period. They've been gross for years.
for
Bold
you,
do this
I will
stuff.
just.
That's the
it's just
thing.
kind of like where would the line be drawn? You know what I mean? Because this is all stemming off of the fact that he's adopted and he's not blood related to any of them.
Well, this is what I was thinking, and that's why the age really mattered. If they were close in age, because I'm thinking this is pre Luna. If he was 19 and she was 22, she's not looking at him as a nephew, and he's not looking at her as an aunt.
But he calls her Aunt Poppy.
I think now that Luna's in the picture, yeah.
So you think he didn't start calling her Aunt Poppy until he became an adult?
I don't think that they looked at each other that way. But I think that because I remember there was a scene they said they had conversations. They used to hang out all the time while she was living in the house with them. So I think looked at him more as a friend than her nephew
Yeah, they were
than they
doing those
did
dance
anything.
parties. Remember, she was like, "Oh, we would
Yeah,
do those dance parties together in the house." And I'm like, that was weird to me. What do you mean doing dance parties with him? What are you talking about?
and he calls her Aunt Poppy now. She doesn't call him her nephew now.
Well, yep. Nobody ever says nephew Finn, but the man has always referred to her as Aunt Poppy.
All I know is that Bold has been historically blurring, pushing the envelope on different things, and it wouldn't surprise me.
Incestuous.
Yeah, they get real close. If it's not blood related, they'll push that envelope. They tried to push that briefly on The Young and the Restless with Devon and Lily at one point. And they backed away from it.
Yes. Yes, they did.
Completely different. Finn was an infant when he came into this family, a newborn child when he came into this family. Devon and Lily met each other when they were both teenagers.
Right. That's true.
That's
But
true.
then that also means that Poppy was also around the same. They grew up
They
together
grew up
then.
together. Because even if he came
That's,
along as a baby, she would have been 4 or 5 years old when he was born.
Right.
but you guys are assuming she's only 4 or 5 years older. We don't know for sure that she's only 4 or 5 years older than him.
Oh, drop this right here.
I hope they clear that up on the show because that would explain a lot. If she was like dramatically older than him, then yeah, that would be very creepy. But if she was close in proximity, if she was like 22 or 23 even, that I feel that age range, especially hormonally for those two, like that I can see them looking at each other a different way. I don't see them looking at each other like aunt and nephew, especially if they know that they grew up with each other, they know how they are, they're comfortable around each other, and she lived with them during that time period. So she got to see him up close and personal and didn't mind seeing those abs when she walked in the door either. She's like, oh, familiar. Which is creepy. It's just I can see them really pinning this to be this man's child because we haven't heard not one reference at all regarding Jack.
None. Not at all.
Not even casting, not even nothing from Ted King. None of the characters that mentioned Jack. I mean, uh, even though they got rid of Taylor, they at least mention her at least every once in a while. But nothing regarding Jack. Even after the Sheila stuff happened.
I mean, and then her looking at him a weird way when he was on that phone call, coming back staring at him. I mean, even Finn said today, what do her want to know her father has to do with me? And they left us with that cliffhanger. Now, I mean, they could be totally throwing us off, and it could be some random dude she met at a party. I don't know. But it's just they're really building this up as a case pointing directly at Finn. That's the problem with this, and we will find out on Monday.
I cannot wait. Ooh, the explosion. Steffi's head is going to explode. And then the whole family is going to really be happy to yank her away from Finn.
And you know what? I don't think Poppy is going to be a long term character on the show anyway. So if they're using this as a way to exit her stint, then yeah, she would be ran out of town. Seriously, because
I hope not.
you
Because
know,
I actually like this. I would like for her to stay, and I would like to at least want see her and her sister get along. But if it comes out the Finn is the father, she on that gurney
listen,
next to
Bree.
Sheila.
Even if it come out that Jack is the father, Lee is going to be pissed.
Ooh wee, ooh wee, and I honestly thought they were going to loop that story that Lee told months back, and it turned out it was Jack that Poppy had an affair with. If they loop it back to that story and say that it was Jack, and then bring Jack on, then I would also be okay with that.
Yep. Well,
But Finn is just messy. The Finn storyline is just more messier.
yeah, it's more soapier, and because of the
That's more
fact
disgusting.
that what you say, Keish.
I said that's more disgusting.
Yeah, but you know that's what they do. I mean, unfortunately, they have a tendency. Cause one, who was that? Was it you had Rick and Steph? Was it Rick and Steffi?
Yeah,
Rick was with all of them, and it was all disgusting.
Exactly. So, Bell has no issue if they're not blood related. He gonna Kim test them or push them to, or blur the lines. That he like pushing the envelope, and it's and that
Mm-hmm.
yeah, that's
At the
crazy.
very, at least we did not have Phoebe and Steffi walking around calling him Uncle Rick
Mm-hmm.
and acting like he was an uncle.
That
Yep,
is true.
that's true.
Oh, that is
Mm-hmm.
true.
Yep. All right. Then we got Keisha's favorite story, this proposal.
Mm, mm-mm.
But soap doesn't disgust you.
What'd you say?
Hmm?
Soap. I was asking Keisha, but soap doesn't disgust you?
No, they're step siblings. They were step siblings.
That share a brother.
I mean, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that is weird.
I mean,
But, but they didn't. They weren't introduced to us as them calling each other brother and sister. Like we were introduced to Poppy as her being Finn's aunt and Lee's sister, who's known
Yeah.
Finn since he was an infant.
Yeah, I think it'd be more weird if she was like 20 years old and he was 5 and no, like you just said, it's still weird either way, but it's even more weird if she known like you said known him since he was a child, little boy running around the house. She's 20, 25 years old and now when he gets to be 20 himself, she's almost 40 at the time. Yeah, they gotta be close in age because think about it. Just say she was an adult at the time, even at 20. That would make Poppy 20 years older than Finn, who should be close to 40 right now, which would make her 60 almost. I don't
and
even.
there's no way.
There's no way.
Because Lee would be in her 50s and on
Correct. And I could see if
and
she's
she's the elder.
right, and if she's like 55, I can see Poppy being maybe 10 years younger than her, depending because she seemed like a so much younger sister than her. That'll put her at 45, and if Finn is 39, 40, there's that 5-year age gap.
Yep.
There's
So
no way
Sheila,
at 20 back when he was born, if he was a baby 20 years younger than her, she would be 60 right now, and that's just not what's represented of her character as a 60-year-old.
nope. She's
But
fun
even,
and she's wild and she's young and free for the
but
streets.
for me, regardless of the age, they grew up as family. They didn't grow up as, oh, you're just an adopted kid that's around the same age as me that my sister is raising.
We
Like
agree.
being adopted doesn't wipe that out.
We agree with you, Keish. But Bell is soapy, so we
Yeah.
agree with you. He's pushing the envelope if that's the case. And as much as people like there's people in the chat, they're saying it's kind of that's kind of weird. We agree with you, Keish, because hey, if I mean, growing kids growing up together or a few years older, yeah, and then calling Aunt Poppy, yeah. But Bell, it wouldn't surprise me if he go down this rabbit hole.
Yeah.
I would be more convinced about it if he wasn't walking around calling her Aunt Poppy all the time. Like if he was just calling her Poppy, and they acted like they had a buddy relationship, friendship, whatever.
But
I would be a little more convinced.
wouldn't that make it more shocking though? Because he wants the shock effect of the viewers and the oh my god, are you serious? That's crazy. Because that's the purpose of dramatic content is to get the shock value out of the audience, and that would definitely be shocking by adding the element of this girl being his auntie.
Yeah.
That would definitely do it. And he really does love pushing envelope. I can think of like the creepiest one to me was Ridge and Bridget. That was very I hated that.
Yeah, I remember there was a Ron Moss interview, and they were pissed about that.
That was disgusting to me. I hated that because they literally grew up.
He's named after him.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was a lot. But and I even Brooke and Thomas, they didn't sleep together, but they were dang on close.
He kissed her.
Yeah, like he got a hold of Brooke's mom, Brooke before Hope. It's just Brad Bell doesn't care.
No, he doesn't. If he can take it just not so far where it'll shut the soap opera down, just enough to get that reaction out of the audience and take it to that level of depravity, yeah, he'll do it. Because there's no blood connection between those two. But I'm telling you, he's definitely pushing the envelope with this one.
I still don't think that that's the route he's going. But I understand why people are getting that impression.
Uh-oh, hold on. Let me see something going on in the comment section.
Yeah, I was reading. I was trying to.
Oh, Melissa. Sorry to hear that, Melissa, her dad passed away.
I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yes, we want to send our condolences to you and your family, Melissa Spencer. Oh, you're welcome. She said thank you for all of the condolences. Oh, wow, I'm sorry to hear that. Oh, my goodness. Okay, yeah, well, we'll find out on Monday. But we got to talk about this proposal.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you was like, why is he proposing again? Go ahead, Keish. Go ahead and get your rant on.
Frustrated. I mean, y'all know I like those. I'm just frustrated with how they have constructed this whole proposal thing because it was like the first proposal was super random, and it was in the same week where he said that they were both on the same page. I think he was talking to Ridge. We're both on the same page. You know, we're doing well. And I think that was also the same week that Steffi had argued with both of them. And then he proposes to her, and she's like, "I basically thank you, but I'm not ready." And then he does it one more time. I can't remember how the second time, how he did it. But for me, it's like if Hope is telling you, "I'm not ready," give me some time, then I feel like he doesn't need to ask again until she says, "I love you," and lets him know that she is ready to be committed. She's ready to move on. She's ready to spend the rest of her life with him. And I hate that they had him be the one to ask again because she's already told him, I need some time to think about this. I need some time to figure this out. And I didn't want it to be him again. I wanted it to be her. Not necessarily her proposing to him, but her letting him know that she's ready. She's ready to be committed. She wants to spend the rest of her life with him. And I just didn't like how he said to her, I know you said you needed some time, but I think it's time. I think we're ready. And it's like, no, Thomas, you're ready. She knows you're ready, but she hasn't told you that she's ready yet. So I don't know. That's what I didn't like. I just wish that it had come from her, like letting him know that she was ready and not him proposing again to her before she's not even said that she's loved him yet.
Right. That's what
he at the very least,
mm-hmm.
he could have waited until he heard that from her and then proposed.
What was weird for me is Hope saying, we're a couple, we're in a relationship. And because I thought she needed time for everything. She was sleeping with him. But they had that beautiful date, the Italian date in his house, which I thought was awesome. He decided to make that dessert from her, went and probably looked at one of the recipes on the internet and decided to make it for her. I thought that was nice. And then she was trying to get her mom on her side, which it looked like she did on Friday's episode. And just, can you accept us as we're in a relationship and we're a couple? It's, the kids are happy. I mean, she got a ready-made family, but she haven't dropped the L word yet.
Yeah.
That's the weird part of this, because I thought she was going to say it at his house, and it never came out.
That's what I thought was going to happen too. And
Which,
I just don't
mm-hmm,
understand why they're dragging at least that part of it out. Like I feel like there's been, especially in soap time, I feel like there's been plenty of time for them to allow her to tell him that she loves him, because clearly she loves him.
mm-hmm,
So it's almost like they're being teases about it for some reason, and I hate that. I hate that for Thomas, because he finally deserves somebody that like truly loves him and wants to be with him, because they've had this man single for damn near 4 years on this show.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. What you got, Bree?
Um, I was actually happy he proposed today. I know I'm going to be the minority. Yes, out of the 40 times, I was actually happy with this. um, the reason why is I feel like she's coming around more and she's more happy to express that she is in a relationship with him, that she is involved with them. And the fact that she made the effort to really make things right with her mom and really try to get her on board. And the way she was holding the ring or playing with the ring around her neck, and just the way she was talking about it and how happy she sounded happy, it was just different in comparison to the other proposals. It seems like she was more receptive, and it felt like the timing was better. Plus, he allowed her to put a pretty dress on. He really, it wasn't random. He made sure he took time instead to make that special for her. And it was also, I think it clears a lot for her up too, especially now that her mom says, I can be on board with this. So she's able to really receive the words from that proposal and take that in and be happy. So I liked in that aspect that she's finally going to be able to be with the man who wants her for her after years of like trying to chase that ideal man and he breaking her heart, and finally having a guy who wants her, and she's finally able to receive that.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I agree with both of you all. I like it was beautiful the way he set all that up and his creativity this week. On the flip side, drop that L bomb. You know you love this man. Just tell him. And like I think
Right.
you said in the group chat, Keish, that could have been a special episode separate from the proposal.
Yeah, they could have had two big events happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it looks like they're just going to make it one event where she has to. I am like 99.9% sure she's going to say yes. So of course she's going to say that she loves him. But like I wish that would have been one single event by itself, because like that's probably really all he needed to hear.
Mm-hmm.
And the world stopped when Brooke said that she can get on board with Hope and Thomas.
Yeah.
I screamed. I'm like, finally, finally, you allow something. You do allow something. But I was a little upset that we didn't get a scene between Brooke and Thomas, because the person who really needed to know that she accepts them as a couple was him,
Right.
because she was the most against him and drugged this man through the mud for years. If she finally came around to it, he definitely needed to hear that from her.
I agree.
I saw I guess a spoiler pic from next week, and the two of them are in the scene together.
Oh, okay,
I hope
cool.
she accepts them.
Aditha Ali said something interesting. She said, "Sex isn't love. Hope just loves his devotion, and that he's just into her. It's a selfish love. She's learning to love herself." What do you think about that statement? Is she just
I would
liking? Go ahead.
I would understand why people maybe in the very beginning would have felt that way,
Mm-hmm.
because she that was, back when she was telling Thomas she's not in love with him, she doesn't love him like that. She needs to figure things out for herself, but she wants the friends with benefits thing. I
Mm-hmm.
would understand why somebody would feel that way, but I think now she obviously, first of all, that it was never friends with benefits because she was never with anybody else. She was always with Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
And she clearly she clearly cares about him. She clearly loves him. She's just having a hard time admitting it to herself, or was. But I think now she is starting to, because you see how open she's being with Brooke about it, how open she was with Liam about it when he barged into their date night
Mm-hmm.
that one time. Um, so I clearly she does deeply care for Thomas, because if it was just lust, she can get that from anywhere. Why would she be bothered with Thomas, who brings, you know, that relationship would bring drama for her from the perspective of Liam and from the perspective of her mom and her dad, because Deacon also is not approving of it, or
Mm-hmm.
was not approving.
Mm-hmm.
She would just go find somebody to you know do that with, that didn't bring drama. So I don't believe it's just lust for her, and I don't think that she's just doing this to only satisfy herself. I think she truly does love him.
Especially for almost a year. I can't see her doing it. And plus she's referring to them as a couple and that they're in a relationship. And if she wanted to keep him as like her little toy, she would have always kept him at arm's length. She wouldn't have like family moments with the kids and saying like, oh, they see him as a great dad and this, that, and the third. She wouldn't be like trying to get her mother's approval. She wouldn't be trying to like defend her connection with him. So there wouldn't be so much effort if he was just something fun to have on the side.
Yeah.
Now, there's a lot of people in the chat that are saying that Brooke is faking and she's fibbing about supporting Thomas.
I mean, I think she's tolerating it.
Mm-hmm.
She, of course, she doesn't love it, because I don't think she will ever really truly trust Thomas. So, I mean, she's tolerating it and she's doing it for the sake of her daughter. Because otherwise, all she can do is just complain all the time to Hope, and eventually that's going to affect their relationship, because Hope isn't going to want to be bothered with her because she doesn't want to hear her complain about Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I had a question for you guys because I read something. So, are they basically writing Thomas as the new Brooke?
Brooke. I don't
You
think.
mean like in the sense of how Brooke was with Ridge?
Yeah.
I mean, there's elements of that there.
They're saying that he is the new Brooke and not Steffi.
I don't understand. I'm trying to see the connection.
I've seen people say this online, where they feel like Thomas, like what Bree was saying, Thomas and Hope are like a reverse Brooke and Ridge, where Thomas is the Brooke in the relationship. And I've seen them say that Steffi and Finn are a reverse Tridge, where Finn is the Taylor in that relationship. And that, I think I saw somebody put Steam is a mirror of Eric and Stephanie.
Oh no!
Oh,
no,
I didn't agree with that at all.
yeah.
At least when Eric cheats, he at least keeps the woman he cheats with for a couple of years.
That's funny.
Eric was a serial cheater.
Yeah, he was.
He was.
I mean, that's how Sheila Carter got brought into this mix because of him.
Yep, I just started watching her scene. She's in season 5. I was so happy.
Yep. Season 5. Oh my goodness. Because they're on
I've
37.
been binge watching like crazy. I love every bit of it. Like I can't wait. Can't
It
wait for
also
that.
makes you sad when you watch those old episodes with the amount of characters they had, the different storylines going on at one time, and then you fast forward to it's
Yeah, it's
like one
limited.
storyline at a time. There's two
Mm-hmm.
characters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So do y'all think she gonna say yes?
Yes,
Yes,
I
Mm.
did.
I do too. I and have their wedding in Rome, and
Ooh, Liam and Steffi is about to be hot next week.
That's the other thing that pisses me off because this, in my opinion, instead of having, they're about to have Steffi be the bad guy in the Thope relationship, and that
Mm.
should be Brooke. But they're using Steffi to be the jerk. And once again, Brooke is about to be a wallflower, not doing anything, not causing any drama, not scheming.
Who you said? Finn?
They're gonna no Brooke.
Oh, Brooke will be okay. Yeah, gotcha.
She's gonna be the wallflower, not doing anything, and she's accepting it now. So that leaves Steffi to be the bad guy in the relationship,
Oh
which I
yeah.
don't like, of course, because then it's going to put her at odds with her brother. And I'm like, y'all just have to find a way to reignite the Steffi versus Hope thing. Now that dreadful love triangle is dead, this is how you do it. Use You're basically pitting brother against sister.
Steffi got a lot going on. I hope she doesn't get involved in this, or if she does, probably for like about a week, because she has a future stepdaughter on the way.
I mean,
and
seriously, girl, seriously,
I
I
was gonna,
get you.
yeah, she got too much going on. But I don't understand why they want to loop Steffi into that. For
Mm-hmm.
like what reason?
Because they're sacrificing her to be the bad guy instead of making Brooke do it.
Like I can see Liam. Liam was bored. He on his daddy's couch. I mean, what else is he doing? But Steffi, she got too much going on. She has to help her husband, and then she has to help him be a father to his grown daughter. There's a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's gonna be interesting if she does say completely yes, and Steffi gonna be. Why do you? I mean, if she say yes and they decide to do whatever, why do you care?
Right, because what is she when she got into that argument with Hope, it wasn't a thing where you're not good enough for my brother. It was, I don't want you hurting my brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like, are you in love with my brother? Do you really want to be with him, or are you just using him? Like, when the crap hits the fan, are you going to be there? Are you going to stand by him and support him and that kind of thing? It was She never came at her like, you guys can never be together. She was just worried about Hope using him or hurting him. So this would prove that Hope loves him and wants to be with him and wants to be committed to him, because her and Taylor both, it was like the reciprocal thing. She's not reciprocating your feelings, but now she is. So it doesn't make sense for her to be mad, because this is what she wanted to happen for her brother if
Exactly.
they were going to be together.
Yep.
What
Exactly.
if Steffi speaks with Brooke and then finds out Brooke is on board? Do you think that would make Steffi even more upset, or do you think that would kind of calm her down?
I don't
I
know.
don't know. My thing is, she worried about Hope and her possibly new husband. She needs to be worried about her own husband having visions and hallucinations, and figure out what's going on in your marriage and let Thomas and Hope figure out theirs. Who's going to be probably surprised is Liam, because he loves to run the brook to talk about Thomas. And when he finds out that Brooke is like, well, my daughter's happy, so all I care about is her happiness with Thomas, he gonna look like a deer in headlights, because Brooke used to be his support system when it comes against Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the heartbreak if he loses Brooke in his corner. Oh goodness.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh,
That's gonna be
it's
a
over
whole
for him.
problem.
he might have a breakdown.
And it won't be anything that he can do. The only thing that Liam could possibly do to put a wrench in their plans is try to get custody of Beth.
Right.
And we know he ain't doing that because he ain't cared about Beth since he left Hope.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Need to go take
Kelly
several
Kelly has
seats.
the only child, actually Kelly and Hayes, because he likes to throw Hayes in there when he's talking to Stephanie. He ain't mentioned nothing about Beth since he's left Hope.
Mm-hmm.
Not since that girl's birthday party.
Nope.
Right.
Nope. I was trying to. I saw that. Oh yeah. Yeah. So Carter is gonna be the, because I guess Liam is going to be complaining about Thomas next Wednesday, and Carter is going to be the one to try to convince Liam that Thomas has changed. And it's going to start tension between the two of them. Liam is garnering up all kinds of problems. Leave Carter alone. You don't want to. You don't want to
And
go up.
I'm like, why? Why is he trying to do that? It's like you want Steffi, so you want to pick a fight with her own brother.
Right. And
How is it going to work out for you?
well, here's the reason that that could work out is because Liam and Steffi on the same side. They don't want the two of them together. They might not. They on the opposite side, but on the same side as well. Does that make sense? So Steffi don't want
Yeah. So
Hope
so
with.
is Steffi and Finn.
Say it again.
So is Finn too. He doesn't
Yeah,
want Hope and Thomas together either.
yeah, that's true too. But Finn might be busy, so.
Yeah, he has a whole grown daughter.
If not a daughter, he got a sister.
So we're gonna find out if she said yes and who Luna's dad is on Monday.
On Monday we have. Hold on. Oh dang! What happened to my screen? Okay, Poppy shocks Finn on Monday. And Hope responds to Thomas' marriage proposal on Monday.
Oh wow! So this is
Monday is
Sheila
going to be
slow
huge.
news. Woo!
And it better be because we got a short week next week. There's no soaps on Thursday and Friday because of March Madness.
Oh, yeah, I
Yay!
forgot about that.
Oh,
Oh,
that's the
that's
best.
right.
Oh, man. I got to get all my devices ready because I watch all of the games, basically. So.
Oh, so you guys are doing a live on my. Let's see.
I might can do one on Wednesday evening. Well, that's kind of rough because that's a work day for some
Uh-huh.
people to go into late hours. So I can look at Friday. You know, we can still try to go for Friday, but yeah, Thursday and Friday is no soaps. Nope.
So
Always March Madness.
Jasmine Williams says, I really think Hope is experiencing emotions that she never had before. And I think she loves Thomas, but is in love with him.
Is
But
not
is
in
not
love.
in love with him. She loves
Mm-hmm.
him, but not in love.
Yeah, that would be bad. I mean, I guess we need to see the depth of her feelings for Thomas, and we haven't gotten even the words. We hear her giving lip service about, oh, we're in a relationship and we're in a couple and we're taking care of the kids. Okay, cool. Where's your heart at when it comes to Thomas? How deep is this for you?
I feel like, though, if you go back and listen to her conversation with Brooke when she was trying to convince her, she does say how Thomas makes her feel secure.
Mm-hmm.
He makes the kids feel secure. Like
Mm-hmm.
the kids are thriving. Um, I don't know. I think that demonstrated that she's got deep feelings and emotions for him. I
I
mean,
It
there
was
was some other
important for.
stuff that was said too, but
I mean,
It was. It was important for her to bring up. It was something that she was really thinking heavily about
that's good,
and
but
how
I.
it would affect them.
Mm-hmm. I mean, okay, so she's talking about how she appreciate what he does for the kids and stuff. How do you feel about this man? I mean, Thomas is very vocal. I'm going to give you the world. He said that today. Whatever you want, it's yours. The man has been putting it out there. I was like, yeah. Whereas we haven't gotten what you gonna do for him. How you feel about this man? Are you going to be reciprocal in this? And and probably so, but and we see it, but I kind of want her to have a little bit more. How he demonstrates it, it's not going to be the same, but something. You know what I mean? Give him a
Aditha Lee
little.
said she feels like Hope.
Go ahead. What'd you say, Keish?
Aditha Lee said she feels like Hope's love is like puppy love.
Mm-hmm. And just like on Saved by the Bell, they move on easily to another person, and that's going on with Hope. So basically, it's surface for her. Is that what Aditha is saying? Because that's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds like.
Yeah, because I mean, man, listen. Thomas's love for that girl is deeper than the bottomless sea. That's how you want to describe it. And I mean, you can see it, you can hear it from him. It's in his actions. We ain't got all that yet from her. We see her slowly getting there. And like you said, Keish, she said, I need time, I need time, I need time. And I think that's where you're coming from. Like, ooh, why propose when she's not the one that said I'm ready? You know what I mean? So I get where you coming from on that. Even though I kind of want the storyline to move on. But I can understand where you're coming from too, because it's one thing for him to put it out there, but if she's not saying, okay, let's do it, I'm ready, I want to be your wife, I'm in love with you, I love you, not, because all we've heard from her is, I love that about you. And I love, what's these terms surrounding things that he does that she loves versus loving him?
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Yep. That's just my thoughts on it. So hopefully, I just think that. Mm-hmm.
Sammy Thompson said, honestly, I believe that if Liam offered himself back to Hope, she would take him back. She's only with Thomas because Liam won't take her back.
Well, she got a point. Because remember, after she slept with him for 4 days, she tried to get him to stay married. When he said no, then she pulled out the divorce papers.
But Liam and Hope had a little interaction where if she wanted to try to get back with him, she was in lingerie. And at that point in time, she wasn't really expressing that she was having anything more than sex with Thomas. So,
Bree. She was digmatized. Come on now.
Yeah, it was. Liam was clinical.
Liam was also he was also belittling her that night too.
Mm-hmm.
He was belittling her, and he was also saying like, "Hey," and he was also trying to reel that fish in. He was like, "I still care about you. I still got feelings for her." The old Hope would have milked that up and would have dropped Thomas and would have went straight back to Liam. She's a whole different woman. That's why it's hard for me to think that she would ever want to ever care to go back to him. And if she wanted to save her marriage, she would have worked to try to save her marriage. We didn't see nothing about her going to marriage counseling or trying to work things out with Liam. She put all her energy into the man who's been bending her over on the couch. She's been happy, deliriously happy.
Well, I mean, because remember
Liam can't touch that.
Remember the birthday party? Even after he told her not to, he was like, "No, I'm not going to do this," and she gave him divorce papers. Then about a month or so, the birthday party happened for Beth. And Brooke was all up in her ear. "Oh, see how happy she is with her father. Keep your family together." And Hope was sitting up there looking with stars in her eyes. Even though she had been screwing Thomas's brains out. I don't know. I need that connection completely broken from Liam so she can give 110%. Say it with her chest. Stand 10 toes down with Thomas. Because
I feel like it.
You think so, Keish?
Yeah, I think she is finally like she sees Liam for who he is.
Yeah. And she didn't care. She immediately kissed Thomas in front of him. They were in lingerie and they were getting it on while Liam was hiding in the bushes. So she do not care. Liam in the bushes eating popcorn, taking notes on what not to do to lose his girl, but you know.
Yeah, he kind of got real funky because he asking Hope, are you using protection with him? She was like, that ain't none of your business.
Well, exactly. Yeah, because he even asked her about kids too.
Mm-hmm. And she even said, well, what if I do have a baby? Then what?
It won't be with you.
It won't be with you. So I mean, she throws shade every now and then. I want her to be in like Flynn with Thomas though, because he's definitely in. But Keish, like that's still stick in the back of my mind what you said. She wasn't the one that said that she's ready with her words. You know what I'm saying? She act. We getting kind of signs, but she didn't say it. Because if he hadn't proposed, she would have still been walking around with that ring on her neck.
Yeah, and that's what bothers me about it is like how long would that have lasted?
Right.
If he hadn't said it again. And that's why I needed it to be her to bring it back up and not him asking again.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I agree. Alrighty. Did we cover everything? I think we did.
Oh yeah, I think we did.
Okie dokie. We getting to the tail end of this particular show. So now we got to do our flip the script and who's taking several seats, and then our stars of the week and our pickle of the week. So for the young and the restless, who you got taking seats? I mean, we're gonna flip the script first. What would you flip for Young and the Restless first?
Flip the script for Young and the Restless. I wish that Adam had this was like, I told you so. Nobody ever wants to listen to me, and you end up doing exactly what I had suggested you guys to do.
Okay. What you got, Keish?
Um, my flip would have been I've got two.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, the love scene with Summer and Chance that they would have actually let the water run over their bodies and not just standing in that dry shower because you could see the faucet behind Chance, but
Mm-hmm.
for whatever reason they didn't go that far with the water. My other one would have been Lily just unleashing HE double hockey sticks on Daniel. Not necessarily physically, but just I just wanted her to scream at him. I wanted her to be more vocal and just I don't know, just more angry than what she was, and not so calm. And I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm. I
I
got
needed her
you.
to be angrier.
Like a lash out. You, how could you do this? Blah. Not
Yeah,
necessarily
like
putting
I want to
hands
see
on.
Lily.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see her vow to like ruin Daniel and Heather's lives. I
Oh,
want her to
okay.
get petty.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. Um, my flip actually would have been the whole situation with Phyllis. I mean, not Phyllis, with Tucker and Ashley, because they got so much chemistry. Maybe they could have figured it out when he was like, "Okay, you're gonna leave your family. You gonna give up everything to be with me." And when they left us on Thursday, they were still locked into their kiss. So I'm like, okay. So I kind of would like to see, let them take down the Abbotts for a change, and they'd be like, "Dang, Ashley, what happened?" You know. So, cause them just having her talking to, having that whole thing going on in her head, it's like, what's the end game with that? It doesn't make any
Yeah.
sense. Okay, what's your flip for Bold?
As I was thinking about this when the episode came out, when Finn was dreaming about or reenacting what happened with Steffi and Sheila, I wanted him to like wake up terrified and afraid of Steffi to the point where he didn't want her to touch her, and he was like running, like she was like chasing him and throughout the whole house, and then he said that he cannot be there in the house with her anymore. I want him to view her as a villain.
Okay. What you got, Keish?
Um, I wish that Thomas had not proposed, and this was just the day that Hope said that she loved him.
Oh, okay. Well, that's definitely a good switcheroo. Um, I just wish Poppy would just tell her daughter who the father is. Just tell her. I didn't like how selfish she was being. You don't need him. It's us. We can do this by ourselves. And you can clearly hear your daughter saying, I want my daddy. I want to know who
Right.
he is. That I think it's not fair to keep that information from me. And, I mean, that's definitely touching because, my kids don't have their dad. He passed away 11 years ago. So I'm like, oh my God, please let that. Some people got their daddy still here. Um, I don't like this selfish side of Poppy not letting her daughters figure out who her father is. Whoever them, even if it's just neither Jack or Finn, if it was just somebody she didn't know that night, she still have the right to figure out who this person is. In all fairness. So.
Yeah.
All right. Taking seats on The Young and the Restless.
I'm gonna give Victoria for not talking about her other children when it comes to Claire. Like I need to hear her talk about her and Claire going to visit Johnny and Katie in boarding school so they can meet their sister. Going to visit Reed so he can meet his sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like she forgot all her other kids. Her miracle baby is alive, so everybody else doesn't exist.
Exactly. What you got?
Also, Billy
Mm-hmm.
can take a seat. Sorry.
You said Billy?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. What you got?
I'm
Oh, you done? Okay. What you got, Bree?
I actually had two as well. Billy was at the top of that list. He need to sit down somewhere. He need to work on his resume before he can say what he can do and what job titles he should designate at any company. And then Claire, she had a lot of damn nerve. A lot of damn nerve to think that she is above anything, even to the slightest bit. Just because they welcome you to the family, you should be peeling and crawling to try to get some real acceptance. But oh well. But she at the bottom of my list. The way she was talking about Adam.
Okay. I'm gonna give Harrison a seat because you in your feelings and you ain't going to school because the nanny had to go somewhere. No, you're going to school, but you ain't finna go to Crimson Light for a treat. You're gonna take a seat and do some homework. Um, and then I, Phyllis, poor Phyllis. Phyllis need to go lay down somewhere.
and sober up.
What'd you say? And sober up. Exactly.
And sober up.
Her and Ashley, both of them. Ashley need to go somewhere too, and talk to somebody, help her with those alter egos.
They
Breed.
both were going through it this week.
I know. I mean, listen, Connor's going through it. Ashley's going through it. Phyllis is going through it. Yep, all three of them. And might as well throw Lily in there because she got blind. Well, she found out the man was cheating. So, all right. Did
Oh
you,
yeah. Throw Daniel and Heather in the seat too. And that little bratty kid in there.
Lucy?
Not Sheila's grandchild.
You gonna
Mm-hmm.
throw
Little grandchild.
You gonna throw Lucy in a
Lucy
seat?
can Lucy can take a seat too. Yep. I didn't like the way she was looking at Lily when she had a little smirk on her face when Lily walked in the door.
She just want her parents together. It's okay.
You can have a seat too.
Wait a minute, did you
Can all
see?
get on a seat on an airplane and fly back to Georgia?
You know what, Keish and Bree, did you see Lucy though? She had the biggest smile on her face, smiling at Lily. Then gave her a hug too. When
Gave her a
she,
hug.
yeah, she gave her a hug, and I'm sitting up there like, you have been pushing these your parents together while she was gone, and you like, hey Lily, oh it's good to see you. I'm like, really, Lucy?
Yeah.
She knows the end for her. She was like, finally, you're here, so we can actually be a family now, officially.
and then Heather also, when they were at the cafe, and she's like, "Do you think there's going to be a problem at work?" And Daniel's like, "Oh no, we're all adults. We should be able to handle it." Like what?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, Bree, you got your seats in, right?
Yeah, I said Billy and Claire.
Billy and Claire. Okay, who's taking a seat for Bold?
Liam and Poppy.
Liam got the dial tone.
Zendaya too. I'm gonna give Zendaya a seat too.
Let's see. Poppy and her paternity court issues can take a seat.
Right on Maury's chair.
Right on Maury's chair. He retired, but this is a special victims unit. He needs to figure out who Luna's father is.
I don't even know it's that she needs to figure it out. She just needs to tell Luna and stop being selfish about it.
She know.
Like the girl is crying about this. She desperately wants to know who her father is, and you're just like, no, you'll be fine. We've been okay by ourselves all this time. You don't need to know.
I think she probably at that time was really wild and really doesn't want to know. And there could be a list, and she really don't want to have to face that. But we know it's thin. But it could be a whole list if she does not want to face the Dead Sea Scrolls.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. I'll say Finn and his dramatic hallucinations need to take a seat. I mean, right on somebody's couch. You need to help somebody help you figure that out. Because, I mean, seeing Sheila looking up at you and saying, help me, and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, take a seat on your therapist's couch.
And his eyeballs. I'm going to need for a tear to come out at least once, please.
You silly. You've been talking about that tear for the last week or two.
They've given him scenes where he's supposed to cry, and I be waiting for it. And it's like, I'm praying at this point. Where is the tear? I love when he has dramatic scenes. He provides the intensity, but like, not one crocodile tear, not a glistering sweat, nothing at all, nothing. But yeah, his eyeballs can take a seat too.
Okay. All right, and then who's the star of the week on The Young and the Restless for you?
Colleen Zink.
Oh, okay.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
I agree with that, 100%.
You agree? Okay. I got to give it to Eileen Davidson and her alter ego talking about her daughter. That was hilarious.
That was good.
Man, I was rolling when she was talking in her head about Abby.
It was such a sight. I loved every bit of that. I'm gonna watch that again because that she's just annoying. I cannot stand her. What a pain in the A. I love that.
And
Loved every bit of that.
She always talking about herself. Me, 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 me. I was rolling. Me and my nosy family. I'm like, okay, tell them how you really feel, Ashley.
Right.
All right. Did y'all? Okay, so y'all said Colleen. What about Bold?
I'll actually give it to Lisa Yamada because I thought her scenes with Bill were really good.
I'm actually going to give it to Matt and Annika. Their chemistry was really what made me so excited about watching soap this week, because it wasn't just sexual. We got to see them as a couple, him being sweet, they're interacting. We get to see their personalities really shine this week with these characters. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to give it to Matt and Annika.
Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna give it to them as well. I liked the interaction when they were at Thomas's house. They were cracking jokes, and the conversation
Yeah,
was
it was
flowing.
cute.
They were so relaxed and funny, and like they had just been together forever almost. It was just so comfortable. So I think Annika and they're really comfortable working this couple, both Matt and
Yeah.
Annika. Who get the pickle of the week?
What is that again?
It's kind
Pickle
of,
of the week.
yeah, not too good. Sour. It could be the writing. It could be maybe somebody acting out a scene that was like, I don't know about that.
I'm going to give it to Josh Griffin. No,
Okay.
seriously, because there's too many missing loopholes, and just the way that certain characters are written, and it's still continuing the same way. I'm gonna throw the pickle to throw the pickle. Josh Christian is the pickle.
Okay. What you got, Keish?
Yeah, I'll agree with that. And actually, I'll do the writing on both soaps because
Yeah,
the way they the way they go about telling some of these stories is like too many holes and backwards, and just doesn't they don't do a good job of really explaining why something is the way it is. Like for me, with the Finn and Steffi stuff with this Sheila situation, to me I think it's backwards that Finn is the one having hallucinations
Mm-hmm.
and not Steffi. And I understand why, what they're trying to do there. Like I know that they're trying to make it a thing where, because that was his mom. But in my opinion, I think it should be Steffi with the hallucinations because she was the one that performed the act.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's backwards.
Gotcha.
Or if they wanted us to really feel for Finn with the way that he's feeling about his reaction to Sheila, they should have given us some other maybe off-screen backstory. Like I think I was saying last week, maybe he was the one that was secretly meeting with Sheila and that had actually formed a connection that nobody knew about, and that's why he's having these um, really strong reactions. So I don't know. It's just like on both soaps, they just do. It's like they just throw stuff together,
Okay.
and they don't take the time to actually like pan the story out, and
Mm-hmm.
it's frustrating.
Gotcha. I would say I don't the coaching of the Chance and Summer scene, it just the water it wasn't set up right. Whatever they should have let her hair down. Let her hair, at least if you weren't going to stand her in front of the shower, wet her hair. You know, so, yeah, that scene could have had a little bit more work to it. So,
it's like, what is going on with the water? It's like we can't get no water over on YNR. Tanner can't get no tears to come down. What is going on with the water
yeah,
supply over on CBS?
I was going to say that for bold. Some of the scenes that Tanner, I'll just say Finn. He needs to be emotional, but he can't get emotional. Some people can cry on cue, like Brooke, Katie, um, and Chelsea. Chelsea even had a behind the scenes where she says that she can easily cry on cue, and she did it instantaneously. Tanner, he got struggle tears. Bree, that's the perfect term
And
for it.
they struggle, and it struggle to come out. You be this facial expressions be killing me.
You're
So I'm like,
right.
oh, he really pushing it, and I'm looking and like I'm like trying to find like the microscopic, like what is going on? Is he sad? Is he
Right.
supposed to be? What? Where is the tears at?
Even with the scene that's on my screen right now, He's supposed to be frustrated, but then he has a smirk on his face at the same time. I don't know if you can see it. It's like he's trying to keep from laughing or something. I don't know. But what gets me with him is that he tries to. We got that one tear that fell in the blood a week ago with Sheila, but that was it. So, yeah. But that's all I have. Do you guys have anything else to add?
No, we covered a lot.
Yes, we did. We've been on for a little over 3 hours, too. Well, yep, a little over 3 hours. So, all right, you guys. Stay tuned for the spoilers. They again, I dropped the link in the group chat. Hold on, let me drop it again for the Facebook group. The Monday's episode is already there, and also the spoilers for the week of the 18th through the 22nd. So come over there. You can chat, post some things, see what you want to talk about. Hold on, let me try to share this link one more time. We'll share the group and copy link. And I'm going to drop it in here. Okay, so I just dropped a link to the Facebook group. If you are on Facebook, you can click that link and then you can join the group. And, we'll do some stuff over there real time during the week. So if you don't want to just have to be able to respond on the recaps or wait to, the live chats on Friday, we can do some conversation over there, especially if it's during the time that something is aired and you guys be like, oh my God, did you just see what happened? So, and then I post a lot of stuff in advance over there as well. So just want to put that there. All right. Other than that, stay tuned for more recaps, spoilers, and until next week. Oh, I'll let you guys know what do y'all want to stick with next Friday, even though our last episode is Wednesday?
I mean, I can do anytime during the week.
Okay.
If you wanted to do Thursday or Wednesday.
Okay. What about you, Bree?
Here.
Okay, you can. Maybe I'll start it a little bit early, like 6 instead of. Well, wait a minute. Well, you two are an hour ahead of me, so that'll be 7 your time. So therefore, it won't be too late. And since it's only 3 days, we might not be on as long as like tonight, so people can still get up and go to work. So, okie dokie.
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
All right. So until then, we will see you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.